working in the fort. The next season, she was owning the same fort. One season, Mordecai was sitting outside the king's palace. The next season, he was inside the palace. We serve God who turns things around. God of unmerited favor.
Elizato.
Being dumped by a broke man is like being discharged from the hospital.
Elizato.
If you want respect in life, make money. Nobody is interested in your age.
Elizato.
Every man thinks every woman's dream is to find the perfect man. Please. Every woman's dream is to eat without getting fat.
Elizato.
Whenever I see a snake on TV, I immediately switch the TV off. I hate it. That reminds me of my ex.
Elizato.
My brother, hustle so that you wouldn't come and wait for your children to sleep before you touch your wife.
Elizato.
Dating a Jehovah Witness is pure gold. No Valentine, no Christmas, no birthday. You will only buy hair, umbrella, and sandals.
Elizato.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Elizato.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Ebehuru bebre, ebehim bebre, amanfo be tonton sansan. Nanso menka nada, upe asenim kiremu dia. Eno ani Unity Radio.
Wow, stop.
Masha ho ba no ba se ma wo so na mo fiti wana ma ba betna.
Oh, stop me yeda. Asema na ba kan. So ke mo dia.
Ma bia ma.
Ya bo bia ma. Also man bo asema na ba kan. So David, any mo so ya to.
Yo kan ko.
Any me ko.
Wo fo sha mo mo show.
Me ko.
Wo mo show.
So me no tiam.
Wo be tia de be mu. Wo ni na tie ntia wo mo bi mama.
E mo we ni mo na mama. Ya mo ni so ti be ba wo. Ni so ti be ba wo. Wo ti blue ni
agda.
Man eba na say
me ko toilet ne so bla ye toilet bia ne kurom ha say ana me se me kwa toilet ne so me bia na blaze su ne bia me koto pa ho no so da kan wa ne ye adan sa toilet de bia ne me ma koto so na be ma se su ni mo toilet kurom ha say kaka kan nyina toilet ene afan ya wo ho yi e ma ne me nyina ne toilet ba ko so me koto ya no so ba koto me nten adan nten na ye sa e ta me ne ko sa toilet ko no
de je say me ko toilet so me so afo so de me eba sa me so me nya dai o so me so tranche na me so me nie na me ko tonje on no bu afusi ade ma ba ton so me so me dai me ba so to se ba ko be mi nyina mi ni ngum ho mi ti ni ngum sa o ko to so ba no esin chan so ko te se abrim tua so ani
na se eduru bebe e me ma no mo hyeda e na mo hu se ma na ekwa na mo koso bi ana
dabi ebu ha o enza to te se to de bi a kef du bu kef na o ba ni so na to o so to te de Undimi ni ngo ho. Na wo say de wo dusu bie.
Obi a toilet de wo de na wa de koso na yesen toilet na do.
Toilet de me ko akoni ya. Ah ya kef. Toilet de ye si bia ye bu de kef. Ni atare nchen sei. Ndu bu kef na oba na sisi we.
Na so mo kre ma na ha bo.
E ma na ha ye. What is your toilet so ye ba ko pe. E fa ni nkwankwan ye. Wo ba ko no oba si so no me si so. So what is ndi toilet de enyu mu nkwan de enyina enyu mu nya ni abom. Comme nous besie abana ntima besi bia ma enum manni sa
ana da ho no empanfo se enipa da sane hu donti ana boa kama di na chi kwa abeso na nyansanfuo se yensem pa na apese wutie dia ene wusta bonte so ha onua ya sanse Unity Radio ho ana nsem no hwegu ane ye kaya yemwa se pimpim de he ase tresen mumusu da ya ehyenitirim mumutirim asem Unity Radio nkoa ne enim Unity Radio ya jiba bia boso
asampaetia obayansa foso omunuya wanka na asam tema futu sam kakre wa asopeme ya woman, ya mama, Bini baby ako, Wachata ya waren. Wonsom, wanini pa, Nasadi pa wofioye. Yama yembera ye, Ebe ya ifuyana. Ya woman, ya mama, Ati waya no ra. Tata, Yamana Rena, Wonso, Wanini Pa, so I wanna be Yamo Yambera, Abeya, if you had Wonso, Wanini Pa, as I did.
Yamo bibi achimo bibi akwawa. I yiri to radio 103.9. Anopa Bosuo na wasugusu a wotiero. Mede ede ki karusha. Asopa yi kofi ajeyi. Yamo achi bebre. Bra better say kablasta. Opo national. Kwaku opoku Atnasi. So they see Debiano or Master same edit medieval Prem stores Anochi restaurant Asamas trading Dan auto repairs Dr. Kwabi scientific care Go Coast Catering Service Restaurant Kumasi Market, Anochi Trading, Faith Marketplace, Dreams Africa Market. I saw pay you coffee, I saw pay you coffee, and I don't pay you all best. I say, oh, quiet, ya, or you mammy sewa, maybe I will be a child and not to pay. I can't say, the senior national team, Black Stars, Akono, Angola, I could sit in your baby, and now I had to pay back on some crack. American Vice President Kamala Harrison, Akoko Piemo Ghana. Na se mena boba, se na yompo. Na no our parliament. Se Akoko Piem say minority fo no bu ofuye papa say aden se Ghana. Edom kuma mo parliament. Kamu de mo na edi mani ato so say nka. Minister say do sidien ka yente so a. Musuma fa koyi. Echi na akoko to aba. Na say ama minority caucus no or parliament no mo hierarchy no omobu ofuye pa say abobi beka na say food tu no mo say pa aromatic na abrante ba ko de o see ni hu adwudi ni ye pa abrante friend Sam Jata George o say na me ni anu mo ye donku ba ya no mo ti parliament ye say dachi metu jamadu anu ho metumi ejame media no ho na makọ se de mama mi hu adiri mi papa eno ni se bebra ya puti egu awmaso a yeri ba do pay enne yedi ebrabo kasafidie so ayi yiri radio 103.9 mini akwaku opoku atrase ba ma na kwaba kwaku machi ma kwaba
ya nua minua
na bom ti say
asori penia osime mama ne buofo no so ma buofo no pen
ade to wa buofo
na de asna for ye Ghana no kalusha ye
o ma ye dey
de asna for omo ye Ghana no eye
o ma ye say
de asna for ye Thomas Tay Partey aye hia Partey say omo ball ma Ghana na asna for tutu aguna sum ti say de maybe Jose Mourinho eye Michael Essien et said de Liverpool eye Joel Matip Emma African Cup of Nations Matip an Cameroon koje ade na English clubs no per se English clubs no
particular for omede official by and official access Partey no see injury no be ha dwene
say France fresh
or injury prone
Jai injury prone asamneka France fresh Saliba okay omunfa
official glass
mamen kasa masa ama makwaba
na makwaba say na makasa for fire
no say me osime man buofu me suma o ma me buofu serious say France for frɛ Saliba Arsenal omunfa fisio ni nachi say England efrɛ Saka omunfa fisio it's a disrespect to begin with. It's a total disrespect. Not just say your medical team na wono omu because you're Africa, which Arsenal player and omu friend call England national team omu di fisio ka ho. Kalusha answer me.
In modern time, you say
maybe modern time. No. Forget about modern time. For injury control. If the player is not fit, give us medical records that tells and states per FIFA rules say on your fit. In England called Mason Mount Chelsea proved to England with medical record that Mason Mount was injured, so he couldn't come.
It's your own assessment.
Reece James was called to the national team. He played one game. The second game he couldn't play.
Let me ask you this question. In your own assessment, do you think, say, a coach like Chris Hughton, every time Arsenal for Edoma home run say, Pride Branton or from woman Chris Hughton, and your coach,
stop right there. Don't make that point. Stop right there. When Michael Essien feigned his injury, who was in charge of the Black Stars? Yes, I'm now okay. If the player says I am not fit, if the player says me were injury, which stupid coach and not never ball?
Player can say or injury. A medical doctor, you know, that's the question.
No.
I'm asking you a question. Say player can say player, and those medical doctors.
Hold it right there. What is the question? Hold it right there. We'll see.
Go ahead.
Chris Hughton, a coach like Chris Hughton, and now Arsenal for and can say. One, what's a Chris Hughton post-match interview? What's he saying?
Or say, assessing who know so minor agent, but no more person by
the player says he has or feel something or minor injury, as you said. Into all player or risk no player.
That's what he said.
No coach in his right frame of mind. And a player beban who be catch and say we proud ball. No coach, because so if you do that na BBC then it's on you, because I told you I wasn't fit. And in any case, player ni be jina ball nim kra on kuno ho e mo ball. This is something that we all know. This is something what you are. Why sports? We nim say coaches.
Question is,
let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. I'll address that. Coaches all over the world depend on players who are committed. Do you know if Partey played, what could have happened? Ball AF. Mediocre. And now Wilson can Ghana for your celebrating mediocrity. Ball AF any day. Partey boy, I wouldn't him the Nkebe see. Sir Thomas Partey jina ball nimbo bia. You know what could have happened? What could have happened with the game we played yesterday? Alongside Salis Ahmed Salis, and then we had that number 6 guy. What's your friend saying? Yeah, he was phenomenal. And look at the changes the coach made. Sankasa time no kapate woman can win match easily. Watch me you. Say kwesiada Partey be jina mabwa mas now. Watch me you. Say kwesiada player also a plano. Obe jina mabwa mas.
But so arrested from this up to
so where is the injury? Player pra 1 day 2 days, as an arrest into me. What to me? Yeah, Mumma respect your mind so kakra. Now you make cases for our clubs than our country, because we know. We are checked to say. Maybe so ourselves. Medical team, play medical team. No, Mami kasem cho me person me boni din. Me or primary doctor bi wa. Asem o kind say wiase ade a obi antumi feel ma oni pain. No medical doctor, no matter how expert he is, and obetumi feel pain amount. And if you go to your doctor now, besides on a scale of 1 to 10, pain is saying now 10, the doctor cannot dispute it. Into who can a Ghana medical team to me, Partey say I feel the pain, me feel something inside. So even if he's fit and he says he's not, you can't measure pain. That's the whole point. Into a medical team no. Limited with what they can do.
They don't do any assessment. They do me to say they don't do any assessment. The question is, they don't do any assessment.
Assessment in the same.
They have to assess the intensity of the injury.
Intensity in the same.
Maybe they can do MRI and those kind of stuff.
Could no Angola no 2 minutes now. Kobo na ko MRI to ascertain the player now. Say Philip Bibino. Are you training a day before the match? Jordan Ayew, Mrs. Jordan, the day Ayew prior, no? The day Ayew was shipped out because the injury was there for everybody to see. Into bomb, Nitim required say Bournemouth, right?
No.
Nottingham Forest. Straight away, issue statement. GFA issue statement. No koe. Partey their statement. By the only thing we heard after the match, because time omu babo born, ukra utia no for commentary. No, maybe sir, what did you tell me? Did you know Partey was injured? You didn't know. Asori Penny didn't know. Asori Penny was even rather blaming coach Chris Hughton. So who the ha coach no so the party atena bench and I'm say and the best we pro we nu kwajam waka no say there be party address it to bench. So the thing is moment first spade a spade and not a big spoon. What I said, these things have been happening to African countries. The so-called big clubs in Europe no omu bu Africa because you are one kasa wu Kalusha me no tie. U coach a friend say a friend say Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, be African Cup of Nations. What interview here? Oh, I hear there's going to be some small tournament in Africa. That is how he described us. It is some European coaches, no. That is how they see Africa, and I don't blame them because you can't do this to Egypt because North African countries, no, they know their way out and left from right. But the now be a kwasia, no be a disrespecting. All in the name say Africa for. It has to stop. I think it has to stop. It's about time say GFA for no do almost abisi form. But inferiority brony from inferiority complex. So inferiority complex yenji hundi into that bia no mu buye kwasia. It is unacceptable. Even though it has been any official say now sorry penny say a statement Ben Arsenal do you expect Arsenal to come out with a statement? No, they can't do that. The Arsenal will work through their player. Because when Partey says I am injured, when Partey says I feel my groin, when Partey says I feel my hamstring, nobody can force him to play. Nobody can force Partey to play. Arsenal himself, so BB say, because the FIFA will punish them. And uti Gianni Infantino, Kalusha uti no. Me want to call to be was say Europeans no, they are yet to the rest of the world no. It's the same come take about 3,000 years to apologize.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
FIFA president the cancer time I woke up Nico Qatar no criticize no. Was see what we the Europeans have done to Qatar to the rest of the world over the last 30 years or so, no, we have to also take some number of years, now about 3,000 years or so, to apologize to the rest of the world. Sana de biamu yen. Sana de, and unfortunately, so yes, I support you. That is the problem. That is the problem. How can a team like Liverpool prevent Joel Matip from going to play for his nation? Because Jurgen Klopp sees Cameroon as a small country, as an African country. How on earth? Michael said they happen under Jose Mourinho at Chelsea. And then you had some Chelsea fans who at the time were so happy because Mourinho Chelsea be winning matches. Chelsea ni Ghana enyepe in me open national me eyes. I would choose patriotism any day because anonym the country of my birth. When them be adapted Ghana there, many ex-country biao, me crew ni Ghana, me mind ni Ghana. I only grew up and so I maybe for Chelsea as my club. So my first, you can't say, my first love is with Ghana. It wouldn't be with Chelsea. If Chelsea should treat any player or any African country wrongly, I'll condemn it in all certain terms. You said these things goes on. No club will be able to bring out an official statement and say, maybe Chelsea, maybe Arsenal, maybe Liverpool, Messi say. They work through the player. That is what happens, and we all know it. We all know it. What I say, it's very unfortunate. So Thomas Partey is becoming that type of a player who chooses matches he wants to play. He's becoming that type of a player who comes to Black Stars just to show up to avoid lambast from the public. And then he comes, he plays one game. This is the only time Partey has won a national team colours that everybody from length and breadth of Ghana was praising him in that Angolan game in Kumasi. And then we only go to the return leg for you to feign injury. Let's wait and see if he doesn't play on Sunday. The Brazilian game, it was the same. I sat here, I was hosting the show. Manucho argued with me. But in the end, Sunday drew no Bobo Masna. I know it was Saturday. No Jemu Bobo Masna. Omo Peliga je the run in tea. What I say, and then I saw Penny was saying, he said, I knew a Bema journalist, I Asante friends, GFA Piero, Asante friends,
Asante Chum,
Henry Asante Chum, Utie no Koku, Yabua shows so Henry Asante Chumsi says, and I'm saying he's the spokesperson for the FA. Do you expect him to come and condemn the player on national radio? No. If me, Open National, sitting here, if I become the spokesperson, because also your public relations are, you manage the relations between public and the organization you stand for. Until you are not spelling it out. Even if they have intel inside, say, a party, okay, no, peso beboa. Once and especially. Kalunim what could have happened, especially now that the results no Ukraine and I say Ghana for Bibriania then Aji said results no was okay. And the goal we scored, I was talking to a friend, Christopher Ducci, who said we haven't scored this type of goal in about 100 years. No, Omama is Rembo. And I'm 100 years now, yeah. But that goes to tell, say, the goal we scored was a team goal. It was a team goal, what I said. So that is what is happening. Until you don't expect Henry Chum to come and sit on Peace FM. No. Hear me, Pakalu. And yeah, now has had na teams near Europe. I was say FA for no respective countries. FA no almost original. Nigeria country Ghana last time I'm report to to FIFA. You ban you find them big time no. You can't do that. They don't respect us. What I say, you can't. Why not? The banner.
But say what assessment will say when the player says you cannot play, then if you betray. So player, I can say on.
That's what I'm saying. Said they work through them. Leave me. Say me. Until I make us say once again and on the way we manage information and the way we do our things now. Sometimes, we undervalue and underestimate ourselves, because either than that, I'm telling you, we have good crop of players at the Black Stars. If Partey feels he prefers Arsenal than Ghana, leave Partey out of the team. We have Partey Amobinanra Elusui, Partey Bobi Wajika Pama Ghana. If he's not ready to don the jersey, don't let him disrespect us. Leave him out of the team, because after all, Partey with all the matches Awabuama Ghana, no Partey contribution panicing.
And the ball until what I say, Partey Emperor or faking.
Master or faking, me can. He's in your first time. Oyeni. Samebua, you say the why you be done. It's happened before. The day you cry.
What I don't understand
is you cry.
Until a coach like Chris Wooten. No. Chris Wooten let me. I'm a decide you have a fan and say Arsenal walk to a party. In what sense?
Just some Kalusha, okay.
That's what I mean. No, but
I'm just being rhetoric. Said yes, okay. Meaning say the whole can hear easy. Say a coach like the coach cannot do anything. Until I make us say, yeah, TH na yeah, Juma we ache. To say, I knew how these teams, especially during run-ins, say yeah Bob BB na yeah be na player na yeah pivotal ma omo. African players, they do that to them a lot, and you know that.
Partey ya okay ni Nigeria for what na we na wambo. Anu complain so epra. Yeah, go friendly match. Nigeria yeah dey by say so epra.
Home away game na o kan.
Sa you what cup qualify you boy. It is a match yeah, other matches
home and away game na o kan. Home and away game na o kan. Satam na Arsenal bought tournament me. Na Arsenal Nigerian catch me. Go back and check. I'll give you time. Check him me. Na me who Satam no dey na Arsenal bo. Any dey na Arsenal party.
Who the party plano I say Arsenal person we delegate
me. Dana. Just last couple of months in the Afi Mayo.
That said it was a friendly match also epra.
Enti friendly match and the they did got hurt physical injury. Our training, training. If you saw the video, they did got hurt physically. Our training. They die you cry. They don't bring you. No.
Spiritually, is that what you are saying,
Kalusha?
No, they play physically.
Who say Yanuana?
Let me talk physically.
You ask me a question.
Let me answer physically. But will play spiritually.
Let me see what beside me question. So let me answer you. Or you
just go ahead and answer.
Thank you. The day you praying. The club. Nottingham Forest released their statement. GFND can release his statement. Said they did a proud training. A proud training physically. A proud training. Until me more until he's been sent back. Nottingham Forest as a club released their statement. Until GFND can release his statement. Say we're proud. Until you didn't go. what I say until me start no me kasa am say wuntie because of your stance me bisa o say wona na obetra studio epic commentary oti say oti before the game Partey injury me no kasa o phone so me bisa Partey were you able to give me any news as to why Partey didn't play
players
you haven't no we say bisa me question here and your players don't obeko ha yem finish way now the aban ubisa me question and I'm you ano and I'm see the day prior no it was made official everybody saw it players na more training grounds on you know attested you and I saw some players wishing him well wishing him speedy recovery okay some players tweeting wishing the Capito speedy recovery and I'm ibisa say Partey dia no enra seasonal journalist king of sports when I bet in a studio for commentary did you have any news from camp say Partey was not fit to play yesterday?
No, tell me back park now.
The answer hasn't come.
No, tell me back you know, because coach, no, this coach, you know, you always what's that? Tell me back, Marcelo Crano. People find it difficult before they can get the first.
And your lineup, Kalusha.
Oh yeah, okay, 2002. 2002 India. Yeah, when I born the problem. No.
Line up maybe sawa sem unyi mano. Une kona na India eden.
Casablanca for. Omi training. One bra.
The D ball.
Kalusha. Champions League final.
The D ball
chinye. Now the player say.
The D ball chinye. The D ball chinye no. Nana India, so pay players are. It's not for the day you assemble by Kramisi Chasso. Because the day you football player, the day you current crop of players no one on. Current crop of players no. Current crop of players no more. The most committed player amongst them is the Dayu. Nobody can question the day's commitment. So when the day is injured, he's injured because onye be that on faking injury that Uncle Bobo man club. We've never seen it. When the day is even hurt, he will play through pain for Ghana.
And see,
despite you can have all your
what a fake injury.
And I'm talking.
What a fake injury.
I'll get there.
Were you there? What a fake injury.
I will get there.
Okay.
I'll get there. Now
time.
We are talking about Ghana. This is more important. We have to respect ourselves as a country before others will respect us. We should stop defending people who don't show picture. You better not hear about politicians. Politicians so so when it happens to a player we love, Udobia and Odin some for so catch. I always say this. I mean, look me in the eye and tell me. That is how I know you love me. You don't like me, you don't love me. Look me in the eye and tell me. So I may not agree with you initially, but I'm a coffee and nipa bia instant and reflective now you know we say Kalusha can say
medical record be now what will be fake injury.
Kalusha.
In what capacity? I assume now when you at the training grounds pay an castle pra and I over can't be jack or fake injury. Medical records men are out with the
and now tiha. Now you can be say Nambisa say Kalu is it provoke him say speculation all right. So catch me and I'm penny for say and who be pain and who be
now who then now who
no mama kasa make kasa manunsi
then now who
no say make kasa me see who be painty and you say aboasere wa ogege ne background no ayden no yin ni atoncha because bia no be the tie bia time wo la no awa yin ni atoncha no tie ne boniti ohun ya nso da form na ne ba na kasoro ne ba no sukra na onye nsu etu no ntimi ntu no ja ne ba no ho janka me no to see it say if you be honest and not trying to play the devil's advocate. Black Stars crop of players.
But you are trying to play the devil's advocate.
Maybe so as let me
ask
you the question.
You are trying.
Let me ask you the question.
Play the devil's advocate.
Since I mean to we.
I saw pay you what my fair now.
Since I don't me fighting now for.
Fighting make me bet win but on a player.
Oh player.
So na any player am okay.
Or first question Bisano say. Bisano. Me no tina come before we got into this no. Or say ne buofu Thomas Partey pa. Or no sorry penny. Or for Bisano say e dey ntin na o say ne buofu Thomas Partey.
Kwaku shoes. Mutimi na enya won. So
shoe is patriotic. Shoe is patriotic.
Ah no fair. On fair na onye patriotic.
That's
Unfair,
okay.
no, okay.
At the end, SC, we've seen it.
How many times? 2 times.
2 more times. There've been so many times.
So many times. My example.
Oh, I see Juju. Hey, I see into more. Yes, see into more. Yes, see. It's been happening.
Any Brazil for the normal.
To me, more ball than Magana. Kalu yes, Reno. Yankas Winimbobo. He's one of the finest midfielders in the world. Despite say, me Bonachino. He's one of the finest midfielders in the world now. But so on to me more Ghana ball now. Abedi Ayu Maestro. Stanley Abora. So kai Stanley Abora. Franka Mankwani Azikasare. Emmanuel Ampia. Min come chibibri. Omu nyina mo abako. Nti so on to me mo biem Asamojan. Sike Akono. Omu nyina mo abako. Ni Odate Lamte. Omu abako. Nti so on to me mo Tony Yaboa Yegola. Omo abako.
Augusta Hemfo.
Michaelison Augustin Hemfo. Omo nyina omo abako.
Back
What's it?
Steven Apia.
Steven Tornado. Thank you. Samuel Osekufo. And Emmanuel Osekufo drew maybe no boss. Yakobo Ghana in Nigeria. He turned a goalkeeper. We have seen patriotic players in the national team. Players who played to the utmost top of their career.
So how do you say player or no ball? I mean, I really want to know. No, so prayer or you're patriotic. So how do you define patriotic? No, how do you define patriotic?
Kalusha.
No, how do you define it?
But
then you said to me,
I've given you my grounds. I've explained everything. I've given you my grounds.
How do you explain
players? Now because the players are bobo prayer. Players no mobile no. Obi amaso bebo 2 games. Your ball back we no obi aka so my second game ko hwan na bebo.
Also a prayer.
Thank you. I like the phrase.
What's your prayer? Also, when they your medical staff or check you say a prayer.
Medical staff better check it. My report.
Medical, you know, doctors from
the prayer. Player and say on Philippe. Player and some person bebo.
Then the official
once a player tells you I don't want to play, me prayer no.
The official will take the player to the table. No feeling, no about the kind of say the intensity of the injury.
I told you. Minim doctors on sports medicine. Minim doctors on, and yet no doctor on this planet in to measure the pain that I upon national feel. Even though I don't. So
if I'm saying that data and pate okay prayer. I don't tell Ujina.
Until I catch up said that is where faking of injuries cannot be detected and determined. Who can say the entire make cancer and say, oh, see your medical team no are they now more in detecting cancer. See, play and so feel something. Okay, yeah, but how many hours? You're born, you're back a fiada, right? And I yawada, and you took away and you go back juada. Just about 3 days interval. I dear bet you said Dana, who crowd sit down now on Babo now. One outcome, we sit down at Omoba Park is always saying one outcome. I haven't even read that report, but by your own words. What's your mobile born on or sweepra? One out here is your kind. It is on Baba born on or sweepra.
Because no bench. Is it a bench? No bench. Or bench coach is so.
Sometime or
post match a year interview now. I mean, coach he can know as I said. It was the situation when the situation in here a branch and one percent on very risky, you know. What is this one to say?
The mechanic say, show the mechanic say, coach no dear, you need free. Say, coach no kudus, I catch and say, coach, I feel something in my leg. Okay, so okay, England. Okay, England. Time I win Rooney now, so no. Call tournament, I Rooney prayer, Chichir and I the boys. Okay, so okay, Zidane.
Yeah,
the bandage in the ceremony now, so okay. There have been so many players. Gareth Bale, you're one in Panning now, man, Bobo, man, and mine. What I said, there are so many players who played top notch, and there's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What about Kokresenka, Ujaibo Bokrano? Or say honored and humbled. So Sweden, Saturn, Safran, 41 years. Player at the twilight of your career. What my club, you ought to say a puppet. Come on, this won't happen in Europe. This will not happen in Europe. And you have Ghanaians who will not be patriotic enough, knowing the truth, because of 1 or 2 positions in T. You best sign a defending party. Say, I'm Chelsea, and I am fire 9 see from Nayan Kano Crunch. Sana, politicians in the years, because already you respect here. We always look down on ourselves. Until I be our questions, he said, Hefa, tell me, Hefa na a Saka. Your friend the England national team. Arsenal player Ben your friend a national team. Omodi physio kan. We don't have physios. We don't have physios. Not just a number one. Yen medical team no kura wo ho no. Arsenal for omu nyeden. Omu mu yen. Arsenal for omu mu yen. Franco you anything. Arsenal for omu mu yen. That is the first thing. The omu PBB we sent a physio. Kaluisha Bruno nyanyi ni jacket kura nwi. Focus on the conversation.
Just listen to you.
Just listen to him.
What's the matter? But me listen to you. Say a question me baba na maybe so.
Because blaster no cry any ho. It will be about disrespect already.
Yeah.
So what I say. Me feel say Arsenal for did the right thing. Two things. Oh, say the world is beginning to know say teams need the finance players. And it will come a time one. Sana be see we are seeing now. So what I say. Because me feel say if I come on. Me feel say a bedroom review, a team to say Arsenal, for example, which have more than £200,000 every Friday for a player like Thomas Partey. So what I say. So a Kobo national team match ba. Now opera, consequences me huge, both on the national and the team nankasa. But me my dream no. It's either say player in the bedroom review friend of Bakasa Oma. Tio. And that's obenya excuse be. Opo asoma ka say Chelsea timinya enough document to prove that. Oh, remember how it is where they flashpoint. Where military training can get over here. Then they better training more. Misguided information is a lot and I'm here to straight people up. So how the channel. I know that. Oh, we have catch you be anon tiase. So in your friendly fire, we have catch you the opposite. What the microphone say what doing?
No, you can see it by also
there will have integrity. So we can't conform my kwano betra on the police also back cancel for me. What
support is own in it. I'm for craft fair.
Yes, and
almost wabono. Yes, I know. Nothing else.
It's going forward, you know. Going forward, you know. Clubs need to do a while. It is either on the catcher player and it's a man Kobe, and they can do that. Okay, so Black State room, Rebino. What is a player be a bra? And let me tell you, a country like Ghana, no, your football administration, you need any power to question a club like Arsenal. But they are now doing us a favor where they add a physiotherapist to the player. Whether Ghana is going to pay for it, you know, we have to look into two things. So, Uchia physio now all ban on the whole
no, I'm filling in.
No, let me finish. Opposite what can be a mechanic.
No, information filling. One, physio Arsenal they buy.
Right.
They did so. Kalusi Sakamra no Nento Bruno Snows. Physio na Arsenal they buy.
Right.
They brought it at their own cost. And yeah, Ghana and strength some.
Jimmy only tiba to us. Me tia say. But the American say empo ekobase who be here say omai no. Enya Ghana ko na make all the African countries. Who be finance certain to happen. We look at two things. If you have Thomas Partey in full mindset with the blessing of the team, no Boma now be to qualify to achieve more monies in World Cup and whatever tournament. And now say, would you like to have say Obeka say Makra? So it's your dream by BB as a minor. Yama players be very bigger among the team. So say Obetima bo matches no without Thomas Partey and you are mind phobia.
Of course we can.
Good. If a coach can demonstrate that.
No player is bigger than any.
No, I know, but it depends on the coach. Also, I say I bet the Pele and no more the day you no way. I tell you, sometimes born no more boy say be an enkoyi. Yes, or munim born, but don't be a koyi. Then so coach you cross substitute na adding. So be to say Inaki, wow for Inaki, ya go for the bread blaster ya. Say emu adding.
Or say Inaki or Bejine because nearby
Inaki ya go for the baby no. Ntino say a coach to me demonstrate say well party. I don't need you because me were Semenyo, me were Asimeru, me were the other method and the whole Spain. The call work up no but offensive method no. That's
Salis.
But Salis only Spain.
France.
To me, what these good players in Tino. So if you hold the door, it's okay. Stay there. So we show sad demonstration, you know, with time. Ute. Okra fair player, I don't know okra bomb price is over. But so depending wholly entirely on him. I don't know. A bedroom rebino. The team never started say or instigate on you because almost started here. Nipana but the bedroom rebino. Ghana is going to foot the bill very soon. Not now, but very soon.
Kalu, let me come in here. This is how football works. What I say? Club call up no. If you see since the inception of ball, Ufa player, the player comes to the national team and gets paid when he's playing for the national team. Ghana is of no exception, the whole world. Okay? I know your point number one. Point number two, Bruno Kase, Ebia Amuza Asa Fuchia Pate, £200,000. Ebia, if we don't know Pate, but it could be, Ebia £200,000 a week. Nti Arsenal feel say me na me tua player na ka nti ese okọ Ghana I should be able to determine say obebo ama Ghana na say onya den omo FIFA doesn't give clubs no sa power no, and in fact according to FIFA say you be tournament kra FIFA rule ni state say a player be free ni team mu minimum 14 calendar days say a tournament what I say and I say international break to say the nya idea depending on club no ne team no ayonko fa da montem no ebi amutumi ka say oh ebi esenko ba Monday by be man about Tuesday ebi say and now be ho bo wie ya kra no na waba and sometimes player no so willingness e ka ho bi what I say player no willingness e ka ho bi what I'm saying is say enye pattern ko ani player Arsenal tuanika Granit Xhaka
200,000
yeah
you're right
yeah Granit Xhaka, what I say? Granit, oh, me challenge figure. Granit Xhaka, I'm just Granit Xhaka, right? Granit Xhaka, Ekoboboma, Sweden.
That's right.
Switzerland, sorry. Yeah, Switzerland.
Switzerland, Ibrahimovic.
Saka, Koboboma, England. All the other players, someone I from Obiakoi. What I say? Why did you not say, oh, Saka? Saka is the best player. I don't know how Saka says scientific nebra. The thing is
no the player my jam work as mama me bisa question the player in question of late or prepare rough off or prepare boss na game crab or one no what if I traffic be two or one or no me fit so e kan buy or first game also a player also say of fake injury you know in what capacity as we a physio and now your doctor and who say a player fake injury and so fake injury go ahead and talk. You are
repeating yourself.
I'm not repeating myself.
Question will be said. What be some of my answer? Why you've asked this question 3 times on the show already? More than 3. And there some now okay. Unti say player fake injury da. Unti bida. As a sport journal maybe so. Unti bida.
Menti bida.
What's saying?
At the medical team of the club, Najatum.
Medical team.
Because that's how the team don't have to assess you and prove that what you are saying is right.
Listen, you see, more mass I'm not yet. It doesn't exist. It exists. We better not have first crowd. Okay. Your initial delivery. We see players be to say the name come and we've had that is your first statement. Say that's why they do that to us. Yes. It happens. You can sit here and tell me faking of injuries, especially from a part of the continent, to favor clubs in Europe. It happened with Michael Essien. It happened with Thomas Partey. It has happened before. Partey, Brazil ball on the ball, catch us with bra or more. Yeah, line up here, coach here, line up here, or so more. What I say? Okay, we can know Jemu Bobo Mas now. Nipa be branding that time. Now, one can be. Why are you sitting here?
You're playing through injury. A player playing through injury.
Yeah,
point.
You were sitting. I was hosting the show. You sat here and you condemned him. But today you are here, so you are defended. My point is say, Arsenal players, Chelsea players, Man U players, play teams or countries in Europe. They don't do that, but they do that to African countries. Because one just said okay, your players no journey say oh when they chiamika, but they pay all the other players that play for their national teams too.
Right.
In this case, no, Arsenal everybody keep through party because Arsenal knows that if they only to me nyashe. Until now, Arsenal coins on the no FIFA rules no. So when you jai player no call national team. Or the owners now it's on only control. Except to say exactly except to say be a player no EPRA. Then they fly him back to the mother team to say the day you got injured. GFA the official statement by players will be treated because we proud training grounds a day before the game. Pate di wona wo sports journalist, king of sports. And na me studio. Me bisa say Kalu, why is Pate not in the team? Ada yes we pray na. You want information bia. Player be a pro national team. Yeah pre-match. And omo bebo ball so I won't say so sure. Omo just shot what is the thinking behind your selection and all that. They do why is this player not in the team? Yeah, pon we answer na ukra na catch him say omo bebo ball no na party is we pra. Who na catch me. Nti a player who feel say we pra da omo ball no magana. And na de no so bi si yen chai. Party ball my yen.
Nti FA na sembe no maka fa ho before the game.
Before the game, they didn't say anything until after the game because people didn't understand why Pate was not in the team.
That is the problem I make a say. When I'm talking about say, your FS no, one more thing can you almost structure no.
I totally agree with you on that.
I'm a team no override.
But do
you also know say?
We underestimate.
Hold your fire.
We undervalue ourselves.
Hold your fire. Let me ask
this. This can happen with
England.
England.
Do you also know say because of your occurrence of the Pate ninja no? As we are talking right now, no. The one is replacement, and that's almost per backup. Because of the injury, no. The intensity or the always prepare rough no, and to open replacement.
The argument now.
Argument maybe.
Almost per backup. Transfer window is closed. Almost per backup. I'm talking about this season. You are talking about next season. Yes, I'm now okay.
But this season, how much?
Yeah, can't ball and no. What they call next year? May Ukrainian league. And the argument on me. Oh, yeah, as we are speaking, Arsenal is looking for a backup for Pate. The transfer window is closed. Point number one. If you don't know,
I know.
But number two is.
I didn't remember Arsenal. So I'm going to put midfielder. If we say Pate,
other than Arsenal, Modric, Abraham more wingers. Or tell me, they had Martinelli, Omuwo, Saka. Why were they looking for more wingers? I think that will be playing. Why you Juma player Tima Omubebo Champions League next season. Team Manchester United are they not looking for more players? Liverpool money players. Nyana Musa Moguso Sape players. Mupe Jude Bellingham ni adeno. That's how we playing in the next in Champions League next season. So first omo competitions, you know. More competitive and they want to go far. And to watch the Liga, you get more money, so you build a better team to go and play and do well in Europe because they haven't been in the Champions League for such a long time. It is not news. Transfer window and there will be assessing the squad. Some will go and then they bring reinforcement based on the class achievement objectives.
I don't understand your assessment of somebody be a faking injury.
You think I'm talking to your ears to understand me? You've taken a extreme stance, but I'm shocked.
But you to the same thing. What's the same thing?
The same thing. So Kalusha no person backing the point to say. As we speak now, Arsenal send the scouts or more planning how to find a replacement or a backup for Party.
Arsenal already has a backup. Point of correction. Analysis no go too far into the future. More say conversation I have no. More jira the meaning. More jira the meaning. Why are you talking about August? Abra you want a match.
Oh, how many matches to the end of the league?
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about.
No, doesn't matter. Say we have 10 games. Let's talk.
I use the word run into the season, and it's a sporting term. You understand it? Run in just a league. Arsenal wants to win the league, so if they are protecting, but you are talking about next year.
No.
Yeah, no. You are talking about replacement. No, Arsenal already.
You know that word say Arsenal prefer to even. Plan said next year, told that guy no.
No.
One at a time. Said betting.
No. If that is the case, I don't know why are you bringing a Yakubu World Cup? It's a seminar say of fake injury up to the current one.
What's Yakubu
World Cup? A friend match anybody Koba. What you
are? You sat here and you said same. What na can be? Let me host the program. What's na? What's na? How can be? Pick him on. But the point I'm making is that it's a run into the league. It's a run into the league. League ni yabende. And then next year Sam Nameka run into the league. Into league ni yabende. So Arsenal would want all their players to be fresh and strong. That is why I started my point. Say Nankasa. We don't respect ourselves.
Yes.
And I'm not making about the day you committed.
Yeah.
You were bringing the day you
hold your fire. Let me go to the line.
Who doesn't know Partey is not
hold your fire. Hold your fire. Hello. 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 Good morning. Emma Kwaba. About Unity Radio.
Yeah, so I also be
on your parents say.
Adam, Obia fine. I national problem. And this party, and then of course, will be taking care of him. What is his problem? So we need another way. National. Where don't you get it? Where don't you get it?
Where I don't get it is Mona Mama na mo born because I see before.
What do? We don't have any a year on practice. Also says the coach, I put I'll say a precautionary who's just light. It's pictures when your mind trending who said they were working on Patrice ankles and knee.
Pictures bad trending. Pictures not trending. Pictures not trending. They be trending for Sunday game. You know why? The same pictures.
Can he get better before Sunday?
No, miraculously he can get better.
And
miraculously he can get better. And they shoe. Arsenal to be defending. When it happened to Michael Essien, then I see
maybe the problem is he go be fit.
He just didn't want to aggravate. He didn't want to aggravate the injury. That's why he shut him down. I mean, if they needed and if it was needed, they needed a rise.
The Montugana and China Monchusu Asna.
I saw the party, but he was in the game. It was just our players with prayer. I swear I take his stance. Why crying over party?
Why not take his stance?
Ashimero
Ayede.
I mean, we're fitting to team already.
No, I'm not talking about that. Who come Black Stars is here? Shoot. Won't mean Ashimero compare party. Honestly speaking.
Yeah, but I'm saying, on any
Pate now. So Pate or
this platform.
Sure, I agree with you. I agree with you, sir. Ashimero Bayard there. But oh, come Black Stars, current Black Stars are the face of the team. Aye, Pate and Kudus. So who can the current?
Who are you blaming? Are you blaming Arsenal? I won't blame Arsenal. I won't blame the coach. I won't blame.
No. One, I don't blame the coach. The coach in the because, like I said, medicine. Obi bisa doctor. Obi on to me measure pain. Play and so Filipina. You can to me yet. But we have records. Your records. Yes, say asema dance here ni hono. Chabe bi na dia ya dance here. A dance here wo
but those who say Angola. Because you don't
have to be there. What are you talking about? Then you become Black Stars match. What's my day?
And yeah, easy. So
do you have to be there to talk about it?
It's not an easy thing to fix.
You want me to believe what you're telling me? You want me to believe what you're telling me? You too. I don't want you to believe. But that is my point. My point is, no, a pride, no fake. So I was sharing some beautiful thoughts with you.
Which one is beautiful?
This is not the first time I see this international football in relation between national team and local clubs. And we will say all the time. But what is important in the say? The demeanor as the FA no, and then my teams need to treat you that way. So,
that's exactly what I said.
As a coach and then as an FA now, Mufi say a key player or yet in your plans. Every minute be I said one something very important in the club because of our influence. So what I say, and if you allow a player to show certain characters, a acrophobia, it is also on Tiapa. It's not a player about body as well. Teams and Russia make us say. Almost you better assess the level of the injury and update the club.
No. This current coach you cry no. Well, coaching top-notch clubs.
Because
coaching.
Top-notch is saying. Okay, you see top-notch. No, which they are no magic. I'm a Premiership club. I just don't use the word top-notch.
No, Division 2 class.
No, coaching.
No.
Premier League. Top-notch.
Top-notch coach. top-notch coach is a coach that coaches teams like Manchester United, Liverpool,
That's not
Chelsea,
true.
Arsenal.
Come on.
Now which your top man? Premiership team. Let me some question. Let me explain my point in Jamaica. Top-notch team here, Norwich.
The top-notch league is Premier League. Premier League and relegated teams. Premier League and relegated teams. Oh, Kalusha. Coaching teams in the Premier League, but top-notch team. A top-notch team. It's a team that is up here. And yet Norwich. So where is Norwich now? They say which league in the world?
Kasawa coaching premiership teams. But top notch.
The English league is a top notch.
No, Spanish league is top notch.
And that's how you can say it that way.
Top notch teams.
No, you can say that way.
Let me support.
You can say that top notch is used for
teams are matching.
That's how I use my word.
Kalusha said that because coaches are Black Stars selected for the past 10 years or 5 years. So we shall wait CV no Tio. Any the league he's coming from no. Even say Division 2 in England, Krana.
No, they say no, a coach. He's been coachless for some time.
Coachless. I don't know.
Previous record, though. Kalusha is right to say
that. You don't have a club.
Because
Otuado misconstrue me. Where's
he misconstrue like what?
Was he?
So if he's
Kalu mami misa. Was he? Kalu mami misa. No,
coachless. Does it mean say the coaching skills?
Misa say on your coachless. You can't say coachless. I say chess.
So coaching team be other.
I don't know misconstrue. I don't know play
misconstrue. Me actually. The question I'm asking is if it's a coachless. Now you say the referee coaching now.
That's what
they say.
No, who can't say?
Me can't say. Me can't say.
No, me can't say. Who can't say? See the nipa ne kana fa ye juma. Yeah, appointee.
I am doing the mics this year.
Yeah, appointee Chris Hutton. I was the first person to sit here and say, sir, he's the right person for the job, and I maintain it. But he was coachless. Is that on the fact? He was. No. Obi oye coachless. I may see on the ref in coaching. Why will I say he's the right man for the job? Analyze what I say. Don't just try to.
No, coachless. What does it mean?
Coachless. He didn't. You can say in sporting. You can say somebody has been coachless.
Coachless. You did my own opinion.
You can say Obi has been coachless for a year. Coachless for 2 years, coachless for 3 years. I just said he is without a club.
Chris Hutton on the caliber no. Obetumi aka say player Mfeki India.
Stop saying those things. Stop saying those things.
Why shouldn't that?
I feel the baby are coachless and maybe they could do fake injury. You running from 1 to 2.
No, no, I have to ask you the question.
Now, who jump from one argument to another? You don't let us finish. This is my caucus or a coachless. It's only ref in the coaching skills. If somebody is a coachless, it means he's without a club for a number of months, years, days.
Who's my top notch? And also on your top notch. And Norwich and your top notch club. And I insist.
Yes.
No.
I like the way you use that. Yeah. That's right.
And Norwich in your top notch.
You are right.
It's a premiership team. They are probably relegated.
He being assistant coach of Ireland, so any top notch.
He's him be one. Ireland, mami, the Omaji in the World Cup. But
that's better than
fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. I'm not trying to downplay Chris Hutton credentials. That's why I said when I sat here, I said, sir, he's the right man for the job. Number one, Ghana. Number two, we're coaching premiership teams.
Right.
What else here? Number three, he's worked with Ireland.
Right.
And I sat here just last week and said, on him how to work with young players. Me can't even know how.
And you can lose no.
And because of be a coachless as in the ref, you know what shada to egu amount.
But young come as now for Thomas and you know.
And Bruno make a point. Be no manage home pass. Say you bet me a boy with Adma. That's what I'm saying. The coach should stop. And I'm beginning to like the coach. What he did yesterday. And who said Kudus Mohammed the ball need the and I was going to come to him too.
All right.
Imano was an assembly of Kaima picking them a Shagana. You said you're celebrating mediocre. Kudus ya the into Jinaboma. No, the Obianya. Oh, so to no. But this coach realized yesterday oyi onum na many asori penny wo phone so time na oyi kudus afrim no what asema asori penny kan asori penny so oyi kudus afrim de na aye kan na elusu match no
but on a more serious note but me can some way they appeal to their Ghana mpanyifo yesre wo mo ai ye wo final kidie wo ma ede ne niam ba na ye bebo amo masa shepo niam
Bruno here too early
inaki no niam no be shepo no free crowd make you aka mo
ya man time gagra
oni bibi ma me can some chiro on se na ye ka party num ne kudus num nyina ase Black Star wo ho enye ne say yam value who wear the colors uti
and no tell me break Thomas
when you talk about
disrespect of national badge
it goes beyond even the party's issue about the injury nomne yentimi kan because if you allow say obia impose himself on the national colors uti ebedum rebi no Black Star no enye attractive so what you say yama omon compete for the positions there be amaka say ye pese ma Inaki Williams Bob Black Star yama ne mabo Ghana ni Benin e wo Cotonou awia be 3 pm obowie san fa ne ko Burkina Faso Wagadu me nwa tia say na unjustified because unim samre yo mu waste nyina no aye wo look at boy here yam fa nan ko Black Star is a pentel or what?
Yeah he's on the buy obobo ni
look at said here name say e kire say something is wrong somewhere because acrophobia or interest in some play it's a part of some ayeke you find so Arsenal last night me publish say well we pray
okay
and now okay we bought the next league Arsenal were right to do that okay they do but as a coach you know also so who state on your note to say and you're on your consistent for you
exactly
and then when you get to the level of consistency no who you should play because the truth of the matter is whether party plays or not you cannot guarantee say party presence can take us to the African Cup and as a party absence African Cup.
Thank you.
But Obia ye Ghana ni. So what you say? For a coach to have his Entina Debia make say Bokaziz there. I will forever worship him. Because Bokaziz the man Ghana players who say Sebi
Unyobia. Yes.
What you say? And that was the only time we went all the way to the African Cup finals in Senegal.
Senegal 92.
Because players like Stanley Abora, Emmanuel Amasiniga,
that's why I mentioned their names.
Manson, Emmanuel Ampia felt to say Omubobo or Ghana, but they can be in the same bus with the likes of Abedi Pele, Ali Ibrahim, and Tony Aboa.
Yeah.
So
Prince Paulie
and that is the psychological mindset a coach, woman player who say you are not all that guaranteed even to play. And it's a part of Bano no aseme yare tio na per coach no official for no you're able to detect say onipa no fake ya. And he should be on your no-fly list.
No, in poor assessment, no, I'm
not even saying say are you true or not. They make say yes, so we should have our scouts to prove say what he said was right or not. Because footballer is so what can say unfair ya. Your means they detected the rate and the degree of the pain. Yes, we have doctors in the team.
That's right. That's what I was trying to put across.
Make us a doctor in the team no accept to say on your fit to play. Yeah. That's the severity of the injury, no. It should never allow you to play within 3 or 4 days in the Premier League. So yep. But then no, the doctor should advise the coach to say you are not a reliable
person.
Period. Now no betima happen na I say the other midfielders in the league no utie. Your mahomo akwenya because the entire coach is linked to me and say you haven't tested and tried the other people too. And you walk out disrespected Thomas Partey utie. Say ekoya bufuo no wa much na obey den. Don't forget say team lose you are the one losing your.
Yep.
So they are also
bro, a process assess you now making it say maybe I'm say and it's a physio the team doctors no more no and to be say we pray and to want to find and detect it.
I think the reason to be out and say they are not sure of what
and Bruno Chi
they are not sure.
The timing of ball and the player comes to the coach and tell him, coach, I feel something here, me feel it a baby or my uncle into me then because every Kalusha may deal with normal every good coach be anywhere a few minutes hours a day to a game not play a beba no catch and say me okay I feel something or then about that no coach until you can say physios as I mean
some people are fed assess and giving medications to try and play.
Officials are saying, so timing of the time.
As a doctor in terms of physical and these sports medicines. So we complain say uncle yeah. We have a way to detect the level of the severity of the injury. And it is part of your nose to say, okay, you better refer to X-ray. Maybe if you say the entire
MRI.
By the time Yakobo Bode now.
No, that day, TV no, that day no problem.
It takes. I want him say. Player try and there. Player try and there. Now kucha scanning now. Unim say unhoshe. Sometimes it has to take 2 days.
It depends on the injury.
Yeah, it depends on the sana who are there.
Blaster for you kwaro mono. Almost so no pa. Be shake up kakra. We are quite so much co-work cries and about match.
Brady, who bet him crazy on the dressing room.
So why do you say, Obe fake
meant to turn, sir? You
can hold
on to your point. You can hold on to your point. You can say Partey was not injured. Partey was injured. That is your point. My point in say. My point in say. Partey feigned injury. I insist on that. Because and we've seen what Arsenal made him do against Brazil. Until first time me.
Okay.
Omo proud omo Bruno. Omo proud no. Salus proud ye hu.
Yes.
Jiku Bobo proud ye hu. The day you hear training proud
ye kan ma otie. Ye kan wo hu.
O say Salus dey have good point. Salus dey okay.
Follow Black Stars and Salus Soprano.
Chris had to explain, say, even Salus Soprano and the team Southampton official medical notice of Soprano. Chris had to even confirm in a press meeting, say, Salus more because 6-7 matches ago in even the team, medical report say they were even trying to reduce because of the injury. That is good enough. And you part the way no. We should hold the FA responsible.
That is it.
Yes,
we put down on ourselves.
After 4 days after the game, MRI report and as an X-ray report, I say Thomas Partey Walusu Nitesal or metatarsal on the right leg. This should be in Arsenal for the better because okay. They will say a subsequent.
So how the question?
But if they allow it to stay like that, there are other players almost so team ni here or power. Don't think it's other players, no. Almost so many other business. And let's be fact. Sika about Black Star the man, no. So Jai Bonne League money team Benya 7 times that.
But hold on, let me correct you.
No.
Ghana you Sika England. Ghana you Sika national team England. Go and check.
Are you telling me say
Ghana you Black Stars players Sika England. National team jerseys is one with patriotism and love for your country.
Me say Arsenal Sika or the Mama Thomas Partey no Ghana team pia.
No, and I make England is a one show. England is $400,000 a week. Hold
the fire. Let me land on that. Partey, let's come to the game proper.
Arsenal for crowd on Benya Partey so. No Mako Delega, no because Arsenal Delega not landing on comfort to me.
Yes, if you are boa, Nisonko, Janoso, and Nisonko, and Bruno, and Benefosse Choyonko was a day. Bruno Yanman, Benefosse Choyonko was a day. It's a dream, and Nekokushu is a friend. Eh, Casse, upon a snap. Hey, you are so. Kokushu is a Timania, a Kukudra friend radio, she say, upon a snap. Problem, listen, say, Partey, pride. Michael Essien, dear by. Shoo. Go back to your notes. The Medician. Asian dearby no. I know Chelsea for the medical report. Ghana FNU Chelsea. I got the medical report by making it public.
12 no still out here Arsenal.
And look at Chelsea.
He's under pressure.
Mourinho was under siege. Among for Asian. And I'm a Chelsea fan and I knew. Say Mourinho Nema Asian, yes sir. These things happen, man. It happens, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with European countries. These are the Biafrica. These are the Biafrica.
Okay.
Bruno's point is my prime point, and I'm coming. Bruno's point was the prime point that I was making. Say, you bet to me, and any respect us. Respect is not commanded, though. It's earned. What I say, I gave you an example. Egypt and Morocco money I don't want to me fast and some phone in you because some woman some more up here. Move so England out but you're the beer at the phone. Hey, Atata player, Astra player, another. Hey, when you generous, hey, radio send on any no. Nobody's bigger than Ghana. Baby Pele, Crab Boy Jai. Baby Pele, the best talent to have been produced in the country. And Abedi was committed than any other player during his reign. Abedi Crab Boy Jai.
Oh, you know, knew that talent.
I mean, seize your fire. You share the game itself.
The game itself, the coach did well. I think his substitutions were apt, fantastic. I think coach number number 6 because a friend says Snyder. Kingsley, yeah, he was phenomenal. Number 2 no idea. But I think we need another number 3 because Bernard Gideon Mensah. Yeah, Gideon Mensah.
He said move 3 p.m.
Gideon Mensah, I think Gideon Mensah he impressed me, but a fair run who's a position now you're also Diano. Ball and no balloon ball sometimes, and the tackles are somewhat untimely. He's a prodigy, but I think that he needs to, once the players on the competition or a different competition in the war, who says he say position be automatic manner and also a different. So I think that he has to work on that. But in the absence of Partey, the 2 players that played in the middle, they were phenomenal. I think that
Joseph do any Amati.
No, I'm not talking about central defense, midfield.
Okay.
The double pivot.
How do you see Joseph Redu?
Oh, you're okay. But I think that Alamati and Ras, Ghana lose too much, and I'll blame him. In as much as Sebono, no penalty. But a player of Amati's caliber, Bono, no Senko, father, that a crown son, a player, and a draw. Crowd, no, so preventing, yeah. No, so preventing that situation. Bono was never a penalty. The commentator even said, I'm shocked. Everybody thought it was a goal kick. In the minute, I saw Pennikas and I saw Pennikas. We do teams at halftime go for referee because Central African Republic, Ashe. Into no normal about that second. And I got
born there.
Oh, my bad,
penalty.
So, I know my better first.
Penalty.
So, I know my better second. So, they needed a win. But I think what I've taken into my books for the 2 games at Ghana Bono, the best thing to have happened to Ghana is the appointment of Chris Hughton. It's early days yet. But so far, 2 games, he's giving me a sports pundit what I want to see in the national team. 1, at home, the substitutions he made, phenomenal. A good coach, any coach, ultimately read the game or bench. And who said, your man, I mean, throw different style of players onto the field to
Williams. Oh, my son.
to change the game. I think Sir Bruno saying Inaki should pack his baggage and leave. Personally, I was disappointed with the Nike. You keep saying that, but when you're a striker now, we are 1-on-1. Chance, as a back pass, no keeper. You can't do that. Top class striker like you. You can't do that. But I think sir, it's too early for us to say. I'm just like Asamoah retreated yesterday. He said we should give him time. Maybe 1 goal can change things. And every striker tells you
Opo Blaster and for Uncle experiment. You who Tony Aboa. I mean, Tony Aboa no Frankfurt. G Bundesliga go king. Opedu Kumasi Sports Stadium. Ghana Blaster match. 45 minutes no so. You need Ibrahim Tanku by. Tell me. It's Black Star.
But he was benched yesterday.
I know. They may kind of say. You could feel from the guy and he say. At the end, we knew yet. You could play best in your club elsewhere. But wearing the national colours is a different thing. So, Obin Ruwa, we say Hunieka. Say, Bono and Koyi and Tunim. For example, no. Yan Train, Ibia, Black Stars beat other friendly matches beyond more. But you have 90 minutes to decide the fate of the nation. Now, unim say onipa na nyade. We are all aware. And yes, I mean, America.
But I think Bruno also.
Yeah, aware.
There are some.
No, I mean, no problem. America. But
Bruno, currently nobody will say Koye because even Kumasi chance or say no. Mama chance need the begging chance. The chance was a begging chance, and he had another begging chance yesterday. Chance that was crying, said, "Put me in the net, put me in the net." He missed them, but I think I wouldn't make that quick call. Say on your Black Star material, and I'm packing Kwana Undru. There are some players they take a little time to adjust. And I remember I say on Bofi. Athletic Bilbao from Omunkwala Brimsa onini nuano.
And on some yes careful. On the TO. If you look at the likes of Joe Debra, Bashiri Gambo, Karim Malasa, Safu Jemfi, Prince Polly, Opokunti, Opoku Sampene, Georges Atta, and those you can name them.
Ken George,
the number 9, 10, 8, 7, 11. You should be extremely careful.
But from the demo by Sassadi and
but then in the end, retrogression here huge. You could see the gap between a skillful player and Obia on your black star material.
No, I don't want him to be skillful. I want him to be a good finisher.
To be honest, we don't respect him. Me need anything against him. But my patch say, me feel say as a moja cry na black star. You didn't call Wembley or Yakshin. You threw World Cup. It was South Africa or messing up with even a penalty kick.
Yeah.
You holding it on.
Yeah.
So what I say. And to fair who say the jersey is meant for a purpose. And yes, the fact is that upon national by come.
No, I totally agree. Once you come, I mean you quick enough here. When once I make catch or say Kumasi game no ko ha on bench no. You see, I remember I did the lineup, and I'm guys on for either Semenyo and I say him. What is Semenyo by? Semenyo was useless yesterday. He was useless. What I say, players need be what talent, but they don't know how to play like a team. Let's also put that in on record because Saoche Kamal Dean needs Semenyo and Ra Ghana elusu match na ke free omo. Omo twetwe ball no all right, but omo pass. Omo Bukari ni bam no. He drives the ball with purpose. Joseph Pencil, the cut back.
It is the same now when you Bukari ni Joseph Pencil omo drive with purpose said you walk.
Yeah.
On next matches no. Momunye the face of your attack. Tio, it is Semenyo ne wo omo na aka ne tinchaya.
Omo be serious.
Serious.
And that is what I think I like the coach is doing because it is not easy at this point say he could describe every Ghana game, but he took him off. I saw Penny say, "Oh, you could." Oh, say, yeah, first could you say he's our god now because he is. He's in his prime now. In two film, no say I saw Penny cry, but who say, "Hey, I quite film with the end. I can't go pay guamai." But players no move buy no. Until America said the best thing to have happened to us right now. Hey, coach, now I found but and there is a big but. But no necessarily Bruno Kano F for the China. Now I am no more impose players on him. Because he said a fantastic start. Inaki said Bruno look down Inaki. He has to because a modern boy in the last 5 games Obama Ghana or 6 games and 2 friendly matches, right? And 3 World Cup matches and then now 2. So 6 games.
World Cup no crowd or table be fast so I mean you go say.
He hasn't but Inaki player now or yeah Athletic Bilbao. Every coach a better day say if you have a striker like this I'd never day a better bench. So the coach we have to give him credit for that for benching Inaki yesterday. What I say and for taking Kudus. When you do that, you stamp your authority over your players and every player will feel say Obia and Ubia. That is what he used to do.
The double pivot our ball.
Salis. With the double pivot, they say analysis now can was
the Salis and Edmond Ado and a Salis and a Magis Shemero no. Ashmero
no. Ashmero was phenomenal. I think Ashmero no Katim no almost apam
no. Omo come fananko. Omo captain.
Yeah, but so about Boam on your first time he's been with the Black Stars. No, World Cup no more friend.
Omo friend.
But Omo captain now. That boy is very good.
Yeah. Oh, very good. O double pivot to the you.
Menfino.
And you go keep Atazivia.
Yeah,
I will jibe forward.
In the first half.
In
the first half.
Born a Bobby Payo. I
feel so watching me goalkeeper Neddy. Lawrence at Safi watching Neddy. Answer me catch Atezege has everything a goalkeeper is supposed to have. He has height. And he's good with his feet. Say starting a kiki ball no extra. He's good with his feet. And I think overall it was a good scoreline. Even though the mommy pay coach Nasem time or day Bukari, right? Bukari and Joseph Pencil, right? And Nike.
Oh no, don't buy it.
Omumi Sabayan. You critique 4 goal scoring chances, 4 glaring goal scoring chances. Baku ena Aisha yano Bukari shayano. Baku ena Joseph Pencil Bobo Ba. Baku ena
Inaki to go somewhere
ena Inaki masa only time remember how unti go BBC go kan BBC say on the program lineup because waba I just got here and I got so into I think say Obi anya ohwe means ro nyame ka ho what I say And I think say coach ni ade. 3 was 4 chances with that 3 substitutions. Baako na player no bɔ keeper nsɛm no Inaki.
Over.
Ɛna Bukari share baako. Ɛna Joseph Pencil. Emma pass now. Ɛna Bukari share. Ɛna Joseph Pencil also hit it back. Ɛna yɛsɛn nya last chance.
Angola number 7.
Yɛnya last chance. Ɛna yɛnya last chance. Yɛnya last chance ɛsɛn ka Joseph Pencil.
Ɔhyɛ dan no.
Ɔhyɛ 7 days. Na Ghana for na sa.
We are no as aba mi.
Joseph
Pencil's chance now say no na. Last one. Last chance now say.
That office already penalty on.
No,
Oji penalty we man crofona. Na ye dey no cry more than a penalty.
But one video where I said the difference.
But I think so far so good for Chris Hughton. 2 games, 4 points. Going to Angola 58.
Oh yeah.
Kalusha world ranking. Ghana Angola na da Ghana Joe. Unim sa. Check the FIFA ranking. I'm not for respect Angola. Angola na da Ghana. Angola is a very powerful soccer country on the continent. For us to beat Angola at home and go there and have a point, I think that okay Comoros. Time no Comoros crash Ghana into what board draw Angola. Why are they?
That is how down the team has
yeah the team has gone TSO Kasa ya there Kalu yanko time read the messages yanko
okay
we started politics now but you over there mama just 5 minutes na me Kasa na me sorry so na kunya na mom me no I just want 5 minutes to make my point. I have point on the approval of the ministers.
Oh, now host so
no. Host. Yeah, I'll be here. Oh, there be some person better as I said there. Mummy no more there.
Fire for fire.
Yeah, fire no more fire for fire. I want just 5 minutes for ministerial approval. And Kamala Harris and so a visit. Oh yeah,
Angola 117. Ghana had 54.
Angola the 117. 159.
Okay.
Because I know the commentator was saying the two countries share
59, 50 Northern Ireland. Ghana had 58. And I'm not Ireland. Okay.
Can messages Nina.
Economic messages na fi yameti simu political oh
I'm intimidate you on the air can be no
Bruno coach Christopher Bruno coach Christopher Nyamle has made a very apt explanation on what is happening to Inaki William coach Namli Christopher Namli or say or can't say me about Inaki. I say you change your mind about him when you use well would benefit the stars well. I know that my about some more can.
I say you should yeah.
Yeah. And as a question I say, hey Kikalusha, please. And I say could you ask some furniture? Good afternoon. I'm say so far me a year about me.
You have over 30 something messages, but I don't mean kind of angle. Yeah.
No, I hear the sports related.
You're commercial, ma. Yeah. Now, if you start your money, make a meeting, sorry, no more.
Okay.
Catching shoes. Young fast that man, not Chikrum restaurant. Sunday, no man to me alcohol because now we could hear MC Kakra. Uchimiko Bruno went to me on. Yeah, na me minua osmosis na yere ayewo Good Shepherd Methodist. Yeah, ibaho CEO baho olubaho. Olu ni CP mu ni adin na na ho. Yeah. Anochi Chrome restaurant that's there man no mpacho brabe di dipa 2 Coast Square and a 687 Melbourne Street. A bed duane dia Chrome awon him so a King Kong. Big shoe, no size. What you say? Sunday ni sama for have fun was boom frete. Yemfa se dama master dance ni Dan Auto Repairs. Dan Auto Repairs. Omo ye kejua. Se bano se ene oka problem bia be ma fabrain 61 Fremont Street na NCC ma Ken Kaluja University dama Dr. Kwabi scientific care Kwabi scientific care so about Dr. Kwabi wa obeboa pain pa de pate pain say sankana Dr. Kwabi o Ghana ka the sankofa cream fifa so kra ma ne bobo no ma Ghana Kwabi scientific care 371 Pleasant Street freno na bibia onamu say pain pa de ohwe na omwo University da PSA so ema eye Ajuma kwa from say Kumasi Market 852 Main Street omuni omana efuchen baby a bra Kumasi Market ne bedi dwa wo to ade no na ye chewa ade match we na this year official pa promotion be end nti bra bedi dwa na yensan chewa ade Kumasi Market asida PSA so eko ede ama Gold Coast Catering Services chairman Kojo Agobo adwuma so we outdoor and engagement wedding what have you na opo bia mana cater program na mawa Gold Coast ope dining ope jollof rice bankono tilapia wache aduane bia nso dia your drive through 8 Blackstone River Road bra na beji aduane nefa so kwa adwuma what I say Gold Coast Catering Services ono so ede no Dream Africa Market say anano na sorry pani kano ana mehu sampa Dream enema oho Bruno Wia beko emuya Kalusha nanu mesme kopemo emuya yellow bag ya amanfo de gi abodin Dream Africa Market ketu ano de gi $21.50 uko baby a me challenge all other most of the African stores $25 kesi no so sa e boni da form so being reasonable and Dream Africa Market ewo Paul Amantem 369 Bencourt Street 369 Bencourt Street brabedu dwa ho na wa ni beje enema ni eda form sa aka odwene ga emo ibi mo koto no Franco ko Sam Slava ne bonye New Hampshire 45 minutes ko fa no mo di abodin Dream Africa Market $21.50 wa se me buano ko sisi abenya bi ato tanso ena uko chema kujo ho a kontonchi emo kase ne se bi mo di 50 ene e chire yellow no Jasmine chairman digi 45 nti bra 196 oba beto oba ho fefo Juliet enso ho na otumi ato ne asa otobia se de baby obi adi ni dwano no what you say Dream Africa Market and Faith Marketplace 196 Lincoln Street and on se kalu amrofo value sikao so se mo obeto no $50 o baby na ko baby na $45 say kalusha $5 per bag so what I say yes ka kitwa one dem eche no to save money nti bra na bedu dwa e Faith Marketplace chairman Kujo ene oba ho fefo Juliet say on be CCU na bibia so atumi akonkan nti ene de se wo pe baby obi adi ni dwa ebi mo tofa Dream no na kalo ebi mo so tofa hin Faith Marketplace na ebi mo so akopie Kumasi Market bra bedu dwa nyina na bibia so atumi enko enkan ye fa sra kese ma Prem Store so air transport company kesia menesa uko Ghana na udu airport a de omo ye nsomba be 5 airport na omo de wotumi akodu fi asomdwem se uko sunyan se Bruno se okwa obekom boase se Prem Store de ne beko unze wa hyehye mikrofo bibrebo ni nyina obeko ye de aseda ema Prem Store se uko sunyan takrade ho Kumasi Cape Coast baby a uko bia ye do beko akodu asomdwem na what is more any say free na ma ye hu da ba bidu number ne 0274 437958 0274 437958 na any Prem Store nkasa and afre ohineba K Ajman General Manager Operations US 7742629248 7742629248 and I am Mami Eunice A Ajman Executive Secretary 7743124614 7743124614 enyumako wonum nyina daruma na omutayechi kakra ema itumicho bills yede dwumadi bre etifo Debia Monday through Friday 10 to 2 sharp. Hello, over to you.
That before I say man for me for text messages no my main reading in telegraphy for political university my neighbor say I was happy Chris bench him now or can party and as it mentioned
no Inaki
Inaki okay I say good morning Unity Radio more fire and my neighbor say King Kalusha your argument has fought they shouldn't have called him. It's not bigger than the team.
What's your argument is there?
Has 4 flat. They shouldn't call him again.
Thank you, man.
It's not bigger than the team.
Yes.
Okay, Pate. Please don't waste your breath. Why? Chris Wooten himself is Arsenal supporter. As a
no wonder.
And that was unfortunately our players are contributing to this factor. Or say players also can be. And I remember even that one he wasn't playing anything, and I'll say, Maria Baby, I say we celebrate mediocrity.
Yeah,
that's our bane.
That's what we do.
And as a commencer, so please, I watch the game live. If you look at how Thomas Partey was jogging on the first indicator, he was absolutely fit. He has a
no more.
King Kalusha, the coach is afraid to lose his job. Arsenal can win the league anyway. And as a commencer, I don't know. As well as King Kalusha, please be realistic. What the point is saying is absolutely right. At the Chelsea department, I can say, right. That's a commencer. Hey, King, my first question to you is how come he brought a medical doctor from his club?
Yeah.
So mom says here, you know,
to look for a reason. That was even a disrespect.
Kwache on say, Opo, there are no documented evidence to what you are saying. And also some of the back also any evidence be a say, hey, Opo, not waste your energy on Partey's atrocious next season. Arsenal will look at him in different direction. Just watch it. And also as a commencer, I'll say, Bruno is opening Mamiaba. I say King Kalusha, Bruno is opening our eyes to something. Oh, our FA. I don't trust them. Oh, they could even up to sponsor the therapy. So, and I could just sympathy. I mean, with the academy if anything, politics, into young political issues in the news. It's not free. Bruno, okay, my mama, Kwabana. We start here. Blaster say me, gidi Bruno Makwaba. Obo.
Yes, sir.
So we say Choba sorry auntie.
Yeah, mama minimum kakadi aduma me bia na me nkasana.
You sad, you know, Kumawu MPda waka baby no.
Yeah. Very sad.
Bosuo.
Within a week. Yeah, lose one former MP, former squad, right?
Yeah, Sakutu.
And I also lose a sitting MP, Kumawu MP. Yeah, Philip Bosuo, Honorable Philip Bosuo. May he so rest in perfect peace. What the saddest moment of the whole thing is Unimzana Parliament a day before. No, that was Thursday. It's a Friday no mutuabano. Yeah, Thursday no. Case la to force him or Antono. Yeah, he was there. He was counted. Yeah, and then Omanya 20 Friday no. Omo expect say you okay over Parliament. And then the news came out say you're unconscious. I wanted them. Na me bisa say that papa no nira na. But I know another day's discussion. Maybe another year crowd when the crew and we can speak to factor in some kind. But the news in some kind say we could have say you're unconscious one of them. And by the time I'm realizing I'm boop names I'm rushing to ICU. But he couldn't come back to life again per an account of an MPP MP. What do I say? I'm say honorable another brand now. I'm saying okay. Very sad. Also, another umbrella majority chief. And John and me reading a tweet. Very sad. Say, Akwakusisa. But Kalusha, it goes back to the same thing I was saying to Osayakutu when he passed on. Say, when we should tell all our sitting MPs, say, Omu live legacy. Omu free moi. Enipa biabewu. Yenyina yebeko. But the question I always say is, what will you be remembered for? At the end of the day, and the back cow said, "We will be now you mediocrity, and now you we are corrupt, and now you be now standing up for the people. We are principled person. You didn't do too much partisan politics. You voted on issues based on the interest of the country and our party. In the MPs, no, they should serve as a warning to them. Say, obi mompa so mumfrim, but omu who say." Toda omu kwa ye di ni pesa minkuminya na omu di parliament ho no edea nyina ne ajapade aye bre prekoba helter skelter ni nyina kalu ye beden ibeja ho. But it is your name and your legacy that will live on. Nti ya say you lose a certain member. It is never easy to lose a loved one, not to talk of an MP. Ebia otiwo hwe school form bebre ebia ne area ne person so mo obo omo ni ade omo nyina depend on him. It is sad to lose him, but then once again we are not God to bring him back to life. We can only console and sympathize with the family. Say nyamemfa ne crancy ne yire ne ma waje omo chin so yenchichi omo re. But like I said earlier on, Kalu yenhwe legacy should be at their utmost door. So I'm co parliament and who say you don't know when you are going to leave. Just like I'm sitting here. Nti den ye debe kai so kwa unse MP baako a we free mu andakofo nanso enne obi abɔ ne din ka asɛm so kai sa MP no hwan Asante Achimagogo Redu. That man, even though he's gone, but his legacy lives on. Every sitting MP be a winning now on any year Juma and Ghana for be a boss up upon Dimpa. Until none of me say, your MPC or Mohos is here, or fighting for the country, the people that put them there as opposed to almost selfish interest. As but all the same, Yamabusa in Ayako.
Right. Bruno. Aqua Communication Director. MPP Massachusetts.
And I'm mentioning me for Korean man. Because now come me person me can. Now me feel
me chair you know. Say Kamala Harris you need there. A month for na I don't imagine to say LGBTQ on there you need that or buy and now say over 100 million security you know. Now for aba NDC forums wa omokoto aba minority no and nonsense na aba. And in some way, data George, or say so more parliamentarian, but not to cook or say they did quote me just you. And I meet you. And I'll say a boy, I say NDC MPs approve minister, not surprising, but a big disgrace to leadership. And a pro MPP group who saw drag 3 NDC MPs to taking picture of secret ballot pictures. And then Kamara there no. I'm not for say yeah.
My main glances because Otana camera no so na me say sorry back and forth. The setting is good so I want him just bear 5 minutes. Okay. Number one, Mami started with what happened on Friday. You hear a program now intel from our parliamentary correspondent Mene Emmanuel Wilson. In the Parliament, NDC 136, MPP 136. NDC is crying and insulting a Kufado that he doesn't listen. Last week, how many stories near here? Fifi kwete bekebi. Say Kufado is arrogant. No untie na MPs ministers doso. Yesi teso I want teso. Ade o mind no dia. How many betimati ministers? So when 136 in parliamentary standby rules say a tire a rejection. Parliament say 136 a rejection. Na MP NDC MPC I'm sorry I'm come dre say Kufuado I blow 2 ministers why say moko parliament no masa akoto aba approve ministers but omo say 6 and say
6
no masa akoto aba ma omo nti how safe are we with even NDC and how sure are we say Mahama and some ogina ho kan me ba message constitution me ba me how can we even trust NDC? No, it's serious. How can we trust NDC? The same opposition party now, or say Kufuado run your mind to the ditches. We all agree. Said that the government is too big. The size of the government, even within MPP now, the president doesn't want to reduce it. We have a nice opportunity for NDC to help Ghana place the interest of the country at heart and just go and do the honorable thing of voting according to our conscience and our principles. Would they criticize your bino? Now, Koya, what's our cotton? No, and yet, Kalusha, and you whom I want. And your Baku, and you know, a bit of her, MPs Makumako 20, Meboa.
We should 30, Brian Champo, they're 30.
Hey, this is serious. And we have NDC telling us they are coming to make Ghana better. If you want to make Ghana better, and you have seen the sitting president wasting taxpayers' money on ministers, large government, Namun Kotesu with this golden opportunity to tell the people of Ghana, say, Mutna Baimu, a friend of Mose Bikram from so be baby, Amosumo ye, it is a bad way repeat this from Sona, Mushano Manin say Sika, and then you go and vote near Baku Bimpon the Brosonia Casabako, AB 20, who's AB 30, AB 16, AB 8,
AB 9.
This is dangerous. I've never been sad. Me say, Emmanuel was saying, "No news, no background, no post. You put national look." What I've been telling you, that NDC claiming that they will make Ghana better is not news, because look at what they have done. And you know, so bad on the control, and then you have some agent fee, and now party executives fighting, and you're in your castle, Munkotuni say, and people are saying, say, I want a castle, Munkotuni say, but my point is, we are sitting MP. You forget about NDC's national caucus. Say Johnson, say duo, say some agent view, say Fifi Queto, say why in the car, say Cotrabano. We are MP, one am criticize the Kufuado every day, sir, buying some. And in fact, a constructive criticism, because German are buying. Ambassador na yeso mo ani China kasa no Kalusha kasa na kire also no kra Germany also China o use minister saying nti te wa ban so memo a use bigger government. It's a news everybody knows na makoye we NDC for go ban nani ase China o mo they have disgraced the country intina a political analyst expert was say any shocking by a disgrace we kire say Ghana you need that when we come and sit here and we talk people feel say you need action, Kalu. You need action because I'll be quite straight. No one who's so quite straight. No one had the opportunity to bring the person, whip the person in line. No one called one man quite straight more. This tells me, say some judge as man will be over kind. Okay, sir, just say don't get ya can say, Omu approve Kenoforiata because on our bomb power. So said obey weakest link so that they can reclaim power. So maybe they want a Kufadu to cause more wastages. Now bet me be used morally. Ghana for and nyansa ni ndi obi awono umbetumi abegina campaign platform so abeka say abina blue to government beam. Can they use that again? No. Can they criticize Akufo-Addo again that his government is big? Can they? When you are the same person now, who say adiane sono, what's that be aka you had the opportunity. One ministers in Siano, one hand Akufo-Addo. What I say, it is very bad and disgracing to NDC as a party. I don't think they are ready for power. I don't think if they are ready for power, they would have shown something to Ghanaians, said they mean business and they are serious to reclaim power. They are not serious. Let me come back quickly to Kamala Harris and also visit to the president. Kalusha and Meraho. Two stories we are here discussing now Meraho. Now, if you are not a partisan person, as I am, and you love Ghana, you should be sad. I'll be honest, you should be sad. Well, Kamala Harris afu pay she drew Ghana. What do Ghana? Ubaya. What my US journalist? Gay, and some no baby sebisa. And we have a sitting president whose ideals and ideologies, names and Nanado support together. But from the answer he gave, Nanado is an impediment to that LGBTQI bill being passed. But make us stop. Let me flow and give them the time.
Let me be some questions. Many other things say because we always went out bullying because of that, didn't he? Nanado so sufficient.
Thank you. I was going to come there. Nanado is not the first president. President Mills borrowed, but President Mills was firm. President Kufuor borrowed, but President Kufuor was firm. President Mahama borrowed, President Mahama was firm. All these three, Jerry John Rawlings borrowed, Jerry John Rawlings was firm. Omu now, Nanado, Omu Koyansan and Nanado Bunny, go back and check everybody's quote and everybody's stance on LGBTQI, except Nanado. The goodwill is enough. Ghana, for me speaking through to power, the goodwill is enough. The goodwill is enough. Play the audio. I will get the audio is there. When we have discussions now, Bonity as man anado kai. So can't say Kamala Harris say one, there is no legislation of LGBTQI in Ghana. Now through Attorney General, we are making modifications. Now even if it passes our house to her, he has to step in. A president leading a country, yes, I did yampe. Kalusha, my man Ghana yachichiri. When President Mahama Yebisa was say, only the Ghana of Christians, Muslims, and the traditionalists, all these three religions, obiampe. If you lead the people and they say they don't like, who are you to decide for us? Kufuor said same. Mills cried or catch then English Prime Minister Tony Blair was say gay and tina would be mammy aid. This is who we call leaders. And your leader catch say Ghana is tired of borrowing. get his so come there, and then he's borrowing because of that. He can't speak to Kamala Harris. One better I say Kamala Harris and the America they want him say me career all this while I've fought for human rights and I see LGBTQI as a human right issue, blah 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 blah. And then another also started. Let me first of all correct you because there isn't any legislation in the country, and also through the Attorney General. Now we've made ramifications and modifications, and even if it passes through, what do you see? Kaluba audio, no what in some kind. If say no in Kaimu news now, you'll be disappointed as a Ghanaian. And yet, yes, you do. I did be the fee, but a say be fee. If America for advance it to that level, no, I'm so dear. Omon a man in Mangwari, Memani Memangwari, so be it. Mugabe, Mugabe, Chandiana Mugabe Kachiromo. Kenyatta. Barack Obama and Neto from Kenya. What did Kenyatta told Barack? Ah, we Kenyan. He didn't catch no. Or say, come, let me use you. Me fan test who Barack Obama come. So also me come for you gay. Come, let me use you. Televise and show the whole world. Say me know we gay. Then we will accept it. Kamala Harris of OC playing him no one buy. You see how stupid quote and unquote we are as country. Only one buy. Only nikunu. Onye bio wawari oninikum, but she sees it as a human rights issue, so we should allow people to indulge in Sanyama. Kalisha, stop that. Stop saying that. Don't use that as an example. As a case for the president. Until me catch us say nyo no kwa ne o mampani a wobetena yakonya so a wobobisia ene nyo no kwa na sa asem we yato ato nanim. Mo me anya nka no kre. Akufo-Addo kwa ne president obaga na okobobisia. No. That's why I gave you all these instances. Rawlings borrowed, Kufuor borrowed, Mills borrowed, Mahama borrowed. They were all firm. He's of no exception. We have to speak true to power. At the end of mine, would so you see empire, period. Now you stop us at hypocrisy, you know. Now you'll be the defending of Bobusia, and you Kufuor-Addo Nkwa na Bobusia as president. So may all the president on better national be but everybody was firm, including Tony Blair. Mills do catch and say gay who aid in the gay birthday the media come take your aid and go away. But then comes the contradiction to himself as a president. Why are you spending millions of dollars, including 30 million to dig a foundation to build National Cathedral if you can't stand for God? What is the essence? This is a total contradiction. Also, you Christian, you've made a promise to God to build a national cathedral. And in Kaukrano, Maumano Kranka say, and Penang Kau president no stand the Jina Bauna say, so. International cathedral now, yes, spending Sikabe Bredo or Maisi case, you know. What is the essence? If you believe in the Bible also say the only thing that in the Bible happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, that God got so angry that he burnt the country. And he burnt the city to ashes.
5 minutes.
Let me finish. I'm London. He burnt the city to ashes.
London term
was lesbianism and gayism. And he said, "Oh, you're president. Oh, you're president." That's also Uji Yankupodi. Okay, Uji me how me call it? Uji Yankupodi. Now you Christian. Now you see National Cathedral. No, be abeje when him zada na mo obana be now to papa so you cannot be straightforward and stand for the principles you believe in. The principles upon what? And upon which would the Almighty see cathedral? Now you're a contradiction to yourself. And I rest my case. And it's about time Ghanaians, you cannot create hypocrisy. Now hypocrisy, no. Just like my neighbor said, and I've been saying all this morning, we celebrate mediocrity. It's about time say you so man for there. You idea. We are all part of the country. If we don't start doing that, Ghana I'm very disappointed. Very. Okay, I rest my case.
What's in the camera? But it's also, and this is secretary for Massachusetts. Akwaba.
Me enya.
Na pom ti say.
Nyame adom apomboko. Na
ebusuafo what ti say?
Ebusuafo bia ho ye. Na me nam kwan so ba na me ti say opo ye some propaganda bi wa hanom say. And Bruno or balance yes or shame. Bruno to me shame. Bruno no him say if you come to debate, me see me say chata. So that's it. That's the first point. I think say Opo misinformed the listeners. Well, let's come to the topical issues now. Now all can. Well, this is the 5th time I'm speaking on this. What happened in Parliament on Friday.
Okay.
On Saturday, I was on another radio show in Maryland. I condemned it to no uncertainty. I condemned it on Sunday in another radio show on Chicago. I condemned it to total, to the level that I'm happy with. Yesterday I was here condemning it, and I'm going to be condemning today. It was unfortunate. Unacceptable. Disgusting. Very, very sad for 31 plus members of parliament at the minority going to do otherwise of something they themselves agreed on. And let me say this record straight. I stated it yesterday, but I want to also elaborate it today. Concerning this vote, the impression that has been created, and Opo was speaking, Opo tried to allude that impression, say the party gave instructions. Let's set the record straight. I am saying on record that the party never gave instruction to the members of parliament to go and vote or vote against these nominees. The party never gave such instruction. It was the MPs themselves, the caucus themselves, based upon the response from Ghanaians, based upon the feedback from Ghanaians, based upon this issue becoming a national issue, whereby the super incompetent president and his vice has refused to listen to the good people of Ghana, have refused to listen to the crying of Ghanaians that the number of ministers, 85, is too much, reduce it. Now also on tears, that is why those caucus in parliament decide, say, and yeah, as caucus in parliament, we've agreed, say, we are going to vote in block against the nomination. And they officially informed the party.
So if you are saying, say, never. If you are saying, say, Akufo-Addo, president here, super incompetent. Now on call for no so akoko to abama nominee say if he say so no akoko to amom. That's
what I'm addressing.
Yeah,
I'm addressing the issue.
So how do you say
I'm addressing the issue. I am saying say these caucus themselves propose to the leadership of the party that look, the way people are crying, the way the CSO, civil society, everybody is speaking, that Nanado has refused. The president who says he's a dog that cannot be hanged has refused to listen to the plight and plead of Ghanaians. They, the minority in parliament, this is what they are going to do. So the party should issue a statement to that effect. And the party did that. I am saying on record, 48 hours to the voting, they had a Zoom conference call with some leadership of the party, which I will not mention names over here, and those leadership, they promised the leadership of the party that they are all going to vote against this nominee. What happened? These 31 MPs have stated here that for me, politics is about trust. This is very unfortunate. If the party is conducting investigation to identify these 31 plus MPs, to find out these 31 plus MPs who did this thing to Mother Ghana. This is not against the party, it's against Mother Ghana. And for Opo to sit here and be hypocritic and trying to put all the blame on the NDC MPs is unfortunate. Because no, Opo, let me speak. When you were speaking, I kept quiet. Listen to me. There was 136 MPs, MPP MPs, 136 NDC MPs. Are you trying to tell me, say, what is going on as for the MPP for the Enyam Wasem? The cry of the plea of Ghanaians, MPP for the Enyam Wasem. I am condemning the NDC 31 plus MPs. I condemn them to no uncertainty. And I am very angry and very upset with their decision to do that. But you don't come and sit here and you say that you are in the middle. You are not in the middle. You have to condemn the MPP MPs who also refuse to vote against this decision.
But another question: if you are saying, sir, my question.
And majority need omo na wa ban mu dada.
It doesn't matter.
No, let me finish my point. It matters a lot. Omo wa ban mu dada ya ka no omo so omo ntie. Kalusha, what my point na say? Enti omo de yemfa ni say, omo na ye omo de na ye ntie obi a. Na mo manya opportunity.
Opo, I have condemned the NDC MPs who did that act. I have condemned it. Okay. But let me also state here. No, can say now you can't trust. Look, the NDC is intact. The party is going to continue to advocate for the huge appointees of this super incompetent president and his vice
Akufo-Addo general platform so can say ye the we nyans na nyina team awaya was so west we go by election. As we speak, that vice president has failed the good people of Ghana. So yeah, Kasa, let's be very truthful. Yes, the NDC, I'm not a politician or a communicator who come and sit here and defend the indefensible like my brother Bruno would do. I will condemn my party people if they do something wrong, and this time they got it wrong. They are very, 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 ungrateful to what the party has done to them. They should not forget, sir, the party took them to parliament.
Let me ask you this question. Sir, I would say Harakino did not have any hand in their voting or did not say anything. Why did they ask them to go and take a picture of the secret ballot?
Do you have any proof of catching someone take a picture?
Zenato came out. Zenato came out to tell us they told them to take a picture, and they took a picture.
Said he took a picture. Divagomashi said she took a picture. Has the party officially come out to tell that they asked them to take pictures? I am telling you, sir, whatever you do, whatever they will do, the party is going to conduct an investigation. Give us the next 30 days. We will be able to fish it out all those people who betrayed the party. And I can tell you for a fact, say, this May 30th election, so most of those people will lose their seat.
So what kind of mechanism? If you not ask them to go and take a picture, what kind of mechanisms are
don't expect me to come and sit here. Don't expect me to come and sit here and be dividing parties. Directive and party's policy on radio. I am not going to do that. Anyway, those three, MPP communicators, social media soldiers. Now, almost said they petitioned the Speaker of Parliament about people. It is much ado about nothing. It is much ado about nothing. Where were they? Where were they when where were they when how do you call it? When to elect the speaker? When the MPP people did the same thing? Where were they? They should stop talking and let's hear them.
Okay.
As I can say, we the NDC, nobody is happy about it. I was disappointed. Much of the grassroots, we are disappointed. But the question at stake is that those members of parliament at the minority side who did this ungodly act against Mother Ghana, conscience, their judgment, their conscience should serve them. We leave it for their conscience. If they think what they did because of money, because of friendship, because of relationship, whatever it is not the time to look at all those things. It is the time for us to speak to this super incompetent president, which Bruno is part of that cabinet. Say the number of ministers you have is too much. We are expecting you to reduce it to extend. Say the German ambassador has to tell Nanado name say the number is too much, reduce it. You understand me? So for them to do this thing, it's very disappointing. I'm disappointed in them, and I'm saying, yeah, to make so you come and sit and
moral right.
Yeah, what do you mean you will have a moral? Who better say we are neutral, but you are saying yes. Yeah, I am saying say if you want to condemn it as much as we are condemning the NDC MPs who did that, which I will never support them. I will not defend the indefensible like Bruno would do. I am saying on this radio, say the NDP people also has equally be condemned. The MPP 136 MPs equally to be condemned. And then MP now I use this opportunity to extend my condolences to the family. Okay, more fana me see parliament Thursday, so voting, and due to the 2 and 4 no mutume vote no and okofie na nyame anya do na Friday asem see. You see how incompetent and mischievous that some of our and mischievous I'm referring to Oppo. Mischievous is when you were speaking about this member of parliament, he tried to just no me take you and look MPC no mogu many mass but once Oppo better no all canon say yeah the parliament is that on one vote yes. And unfortunately, I had to vote number Thursday. Why didn't you condemn that? Said the health is not at stake. Ne won fa no. Mo di na bet MPP for fudi omochi a omekun. Me di besi a. Okay.
Bruno. For Bosuo. Another 53 guy. And afei NDC for ebu ofu say omo man no eti na koto aba. I endorse for no. ministers no mama kokotron ya kasa so we ada fe ya hwe Kamala Harris you know
Alusha me da was bebre yemfa nchia ma tifo na ye na Ghana fo ase na ye nsre nyame adom na ye nkai MP a wafiri mu yi one na busua na me namosese ya Unity Radio akwanya omanya maye me den chia kase free the Ghana Council I wo star nya honorable Ken Asafwaje eda no enam kwa so
adwuma a member of the MPP honorable
Asafwaje MPP enam osruko krukoso na ye dia ba wusta seven previous enye nipa nyina na enye ne ye kro bebre wo ho Massachusetts kra no Boston na ye kru kase meboa enso ye dia capital ye dia dum wusta for the city is grateful to the president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We are grateful to the great MPP party. Now, Okoso and they have asked me. I was there on the Saturday because familiarization tour with them to assess Omejuma. So far, they are on track. It's a open visa, now open passport renewal, now open plans for Ghana card. New York, America, Bribino. Over to me, the when you 225 pack out. Honorable Asafwaje and the team. And then they will be there to assist you. Said the Beya, Onipa, no New York, a packing crown on one summer day. And the Worcester for Manya Quenya, Yananya Miasi. Now, society and Koswa, you have to protect this great government for the next election.
Oh, you have my invoice.
And I thought to me, you know, I'm in charge of my Amakumenza Louis. So now, Obaya, no Washington, the president himself, the couple himself in the Jubilee House. Now, Edikano, my maiden Paula say, we are no credit yet. I'm very grateful, say, why accept to say, or you're very disappointed. In certain extent, you know, me feel say who here so you disappointed. Molari no, Ghana phobia obia wanadwen. The NDC MPs, any MPP MPs or parliament, akwanya no menya. Me feel say the proposal that was on the floor said nominees need to go through or not. And you say, oh my Ghana, you started doing who say, can we stop what a president want to do? Because they talk about you president. That's also a person the Kalusha or national na yejuma. To a no na dream no person didn't 100. You think say 80. Who has the mandate? We should review that. Because a mandate no be to me determine the mandate there. And can konkotoaba any one person to be the commander in chief. Etosumi no Parliament was select committee, parliamentary select committees are all review. The NDC voted against these nominees. The select parliamentary committee in charge of vetting these nominees, no, the NDC party was emphatic, said no way you can go through until the core, the parent area, a core flow. Now this is what is my take. Me feel say NDC MPs, no, as much as democratic they have been, our move vote to our conscience, not party allegiance, no, are credible and recommendable. And to me, enya adie bia enwanwa esan say so what kind this very dispensation ya Tomana speaker no honorable Mike Professor Michael Kwe ofri so ama yepe new speaker. The MPP had all the numbers to make sure Senka, another NPP faithful, will be the Speaker of the House. We almost supported the nomination of Honorable Kingsford Aban Babing. So we know your NDC need. And so NPP for who foot too much to the extent say the General Secretary of the party had to call names and all call the social platforms. Fifi kwete numde MPC Dean. Those who are very allegiant to the party, no, as a political party, who are kwenya na okrofo parliament, no, whom here say, who kunkrofo any masse, say, binumunye lawyer, let me tell you the history of NDC now, but this idea, I was once a staunch member of the NDC, and I decided to leave the NDC for the same reason MPs were no a all the MPs who voted against the decision and the policy of the party today, no, are willing to have the opportunity I had to leave the NDC. I want to tell my brother Paul, say, the entire NDC won't mean fan to MPP who know these matters. So MPP for MPs they decided to take their own decisions. Party ni megu omo hu fin ewo nipom. So MPP for to aba na anko party direction. We don't verify and disgrace our members in public. So what you say? Because amanyo sam no minua. Baby ya Ghana a democracy na dru no. Nipa bebre adwen pom no. You can't sit in a parliament and determine to block the decisions of the president simply because I have the right to do so. You can check the legitimacy say Nipa Kroy qualified or not. And within the mindset of the NDC fraternity, minua Paul so ka ho no. One rank and file members of what parliament is what can abanye waswa. John Mahama oni aban. Na samubi amfa kwan. He's sitting on the bench on nipa kan so. I see look at oni aban. Fifikwete on the bench including Paul Disoso and all NDC commentators in the world. Communicators. One man wa aban mu asa dispensation yi ye to about 2020 ever seen nei. One count the system of governance under the umbrella of democracy no the members of parliament. Eti ne uko parliament a woma e ho no omo ho onfa so de omo ye ne dimu sen asiedu nketia ene fifi kwete ene John Mahama. You are sitting outside the park and you are throwing stones to the pitch. We should condemn that. Parliamentarians no will say aban ebo omo hoka, they are paid to sit and think about the country. In their own common sense, no, they think say nyansa bia nim say Asienu Nketia position, John Mahama position, Paul Disoso position say ministers the doso enti yente so. If you check the record, Mahama time krompo na minister bia no regional minister region no cry 10 regions and minister yes our deputies no. Ni percent or do omo adwuma. How can we be in a country?
Let me ask that question. Say MPP for your partisanship from where now I'm for crying for say minister reduce until they almost so yeah
98 ministers MPP can say you can of reata no mo here conference call no now party general party secretary issue letter no maybe send on
MPP for no looking at the economy right now if not because of partisanship. Why did they also go against
protecting the national person has no relevance with numbers of ministers. The constitution is 70% of your substantive ministers should come from the parliament. Parliamentarians already their pay structure is captured as a parliamentarian. And it is only the ministers who come outside the parliament. No. Hold on. No, don't say no. Don't say no. No. We are minister.
We are minister. Man say. So we are minister. You choose which one to take. You can take the MP's pay or minister's pay, but minister's pay needs some. And no,
how many do you know so much choose to the other one? No. What do you mean about that? Education men are the firm. No, you cannot say that. No.
Yeah, MPP established in terminology.
I'm building a point. I'm telling you on authority say
that is how the double salary
came. This is not this administration. And you're previous.
Oh, there can Bruno.
No, let me make my point. You cannot put that in my argument. I'm not saying that. What are you construing my argument?
Oh, he's tracing the fact. You see,
let me finish. You are construing what I'm saying. You can't add to it because you are in a different tangent. You are true.
Let's put it on record.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Bruno, go ahead.
The constitution says 70% of your ministers. Listen, Oppo, my opportunity.
Bruno,
opportunity. Let me finish. Me say, constitution is say 70% of your ministers should come from parliament. That's a fact.
Don't take.
All the members are 70%. Don't forget to say. I'm not saying say every minister be or yeah MP no. When decided left or right. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't know. Minim who is Kwajo Ponkroma. Oh your MP from Crowley is saying
Achima
Yerebi me name the decision whether what optic what Oppo is saying or not. Because no, it's not Mr. Mitchell was saying. Once I hear him, I'm speaking to the fact on the right to say. The whole information say minister be or MPTA. We opted to take the other salary. Tio, and you was someone. Me say, MPs no more ministers. How more MP one be ministers. Already that they are paid because of our parliamentary allowances and pay in Tino. Per that stanza no omo create any extra monetary issue to the state. So MPBJ extra because for a minister I have no information on that.
That's not true.
Meaning I don't have anybody's name. I do understand so a minister or the choice to decide to go for extra allowances because we a minister, including being the MP. What I say, but I don't have privy to that. And to the American say. So if you want to
okay, let me start that question. So who as you know, the partnership in who as MPP, you know, do you think say the number of friends saying ministers are you know this current government Ghana share population do you say ministers should it be reduced or I mean you have to increase?
I see a big account. No, I want a more serious note. Tell me. Look, Kalusha, the number of your ministers doesn't determine how successful you become as a government.
Then if that's not the case,
no, tell me, it doesn't. Listen, it doesn't determine it. The constitution says so. You're a Greek minister, and then the minister resigned. So do you want Akufo-Addo to say the fact that I'm trying to serve the public person, you know, mama your appointment?
But only deputy ministers so make
the constitution talk about the minister and his deputies.
Bruno, let's get something straight.
What is straight?
When these ministers, the agric minister, the trade minister resign from their position, the chief finance minister resign from their position, okay, for over 1.5 to 2 months now, nothing changed in the ministry.
What are you talking?
Nothing changed.
I allow these infractions because these are my good friends and I know the way they are suffering, so that's okay. I mean, you cannot determine how Akufo-Addo feel as the president whilst those time now can, and you never know what is being going wrong because of their absence. In any case, the constitution is clear. And Akufo-Addo na all kase. And
the constitution says you appoint over 86 ministers. The constitution say 19 cabinet ministers. That's what the constitution stated.
Now do you only have to get 19 cabinet ministers?
Emphatically stated that you should have attorney general as part of the 19
So if that's the case, why people are saying they should cap the friends the ministerial position a small one as compared to a country, because you share my 31 million as so Nigeria more to 200 something million, almost 28 ministers.
The opposition members of parliament no police also they think what Akufo-Addo did was right. Why did the ministers went through? Ranking members of the NDC decided to support the decision of the government.
Mischief.
Listen. Anything I may build the point.
I have condemned those members of parliament.
Please, can I speak?
Did something wrong?
No, can I speak? Kalusha.
I agree.
Kalusha. You see, Paul. In politics, no. Yenya amrema yeho. Na obi anche na dwen. I'm not here to say whatever. But the American say. Constitution say. Your Mahama unyaba to keep quiet. Or say do ketia we general chairman of the NDC useless. Keep quiet. Fifi quiet and police also communicate that we are useless to the constitution. The people who matters in the constitution is the commander in chief, the president, and Akufo-Addo. The members in parliament.
That is a lie.
No, may link it to parliament. I know there are other branches.
The constitution is for the people of Ghana.
Because you voted
the people
the
of
MPs.
Ghana include John Mahama, include me. So I have every right to talk.
Can you allow me? Can you?
No, but you are misinforming.
Then you come and rebut it.
The constitution of Ghana.
Can you be a little bit
to the good people of Ghana?
Kalusha, Okasa no man come Michelle see your politics now. We have to be a little bit liberal to allow our brothers to come in here and there. But then let us allow people to make their point. What does it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beauty of
but you are
democracy.
misinforming.
That's okay. That's
okay.
Okay.
Okay to misinform. Okay, go ahead. Go.
The reason I'm saying that in say, Akufo-Addo had decided to bloat the number of his ministers, even beyond what the constitution says. Let's go that way. You find the whole Paul Okan.
And you want to buy some more?
No, yes, I'm a purchase.
More say no. Sara Pacha.
I am mistaken. You blow 2 ministers. And I am before no so who the omo yena. You who got on for crime shame na abu ya sona. You game record ya dia to parliament. Constitution no hu nyansa no mo say unsam hu na obedi nyina no. Fa kwato opo national ne kalusha nim no mo njaje. Omo vete. Even after vete nim po no. Still anye yepo nipa dodo nsanye den these people honorable men of parliament no okuro mu ba bia wo free adidome joje klekwa okuro mu police also oh is katu north katu south abobo akachini abo asante bekwai bantuma sunyane east
I'm from Ketu south
Brekum north Doma central. The good people of Ghana voted them as honorable members of the house. And you know, per hour to come my head, you know. What almost say woman Akufo-Addo yarding. And you see, the ranking members of NDC, you know. The reason I've always say some. The reason they be a mekase. Obia ni wa me ma dwimu no betima kase. NDC wo and Pensuo be a ben MPP and say these are practical examples. MP Craig of vote to cross me trap picture crowd ya koche. Tio. Enti Omokra party no ho no tie. One more members of parliament here to about they vote against their own presidential candidate. Omo ampo no. Ye to about unim. They vote against their presidential candidate.
See, Kalu, don't allow
spouting
lies on this show. What is the evidence? What is the proof?
Proof.
Don't allow him to speak lies.
Now on Friday, Parliament, there were 136. No
it
plus,
is
no
about
minus.
presidential ballot. It's nothing. It's nothing to do about presidential ballot.
This is an issue. I mean, you are national cross. I be a host to show no. What's
our MPP?
Oh, you can say all you know.
Our MPP.
Go ahead.
See, this is the reason why. This is the reason why next time I will come with a cane and shape people to order.
Where chief whip order?
Me you upon national. Upon me who no. I am very much sports inclined. Now our host to politics are very affable. One of the best hosts we can boast of in our dispensation in the whole. America had Ghana for journalists, Opo National, top notch. Opo Krasi, he was looking forward for NDC to protect the national purse, Sadi Omokano, by stopping these nominees from because Omo ranking members of Omoko vetting committee, no, they did their job. So Omoko vetting committee, they told them say you can't go through. I'm a video break, jump on club beside to say, after you can't support me. So we all know that.
You are my friend, yeah.
But this is the truth. And this for now you are mon for ni. And this party no Kalusha, they don't even trust John Mahama Krasa some can obey.
That is a lie.
And this stands from Tamo Kan as Gracia Lia Kase. Obia uwa ba mu utro let us say emfa fie ma de. How can you say things you don't know? Oh, John Dramani Mahama Ninsama o kan nyina kire the party for no. Omo kofia na omo ni omo ire ni omo mesre no. Omo se akwa office ya hore anim kosora na. Oh, can you please?
This is soft.
Please.
This is not right.
Please.
And in any way,
please.
Your camera is.
Oh, that's how we tie. Oh, why?
I spoke about somebody.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, sir.
You understand? But don't allow Bruno to tarnish the image of His Excellency.
David.
It is not true.
Oh,
all he's saying, he has no fact to back the.
Oh, can I?
Your mark is off.
Can I? Now, when you show them, me see what man fancy what man na. I'm sorry, no problem.
Bruno, I mean.
Obi him la da unim. Ti unim. Wa mo call them hono. Ranking members of Mama Yareganom, Haruna Idrusu, Kamalet Centra, Mutaka, Aswase. These are top guys in the NDC. None of my dear said Nencrofor more parliament in Neno. Oh, yes, statistics and probability. 45% of them will still be in parliament in 2024. Yamea dominate Druha. It is a Fofia and Twata. That's a Ghana for your mistake. It can't be a John Dramani Mahama Mayor President. But you obey most of the ministers not free no, which the constitution state that no. I am Crofoyo Munini. There is also a concern in the public say MPs now yedi nominees ne koye no. Enye MPP party. One more per their own discretion decided to give some envelopes as bribe to some MPs. NDC for me. Now our opposition who je bribe. And we have the videos. You be show during campaign. How an NDC MP au ketu sat ukro mufu atu abama no na Steven amu asteka ya nua nchia so steka na akola wa bra konya te se 3000 wa beka kire say oh na we de efu a leblo manyomi gamadiola je kakra so bottom na wachi. So you see, oh, me can't abozi fading
video out.
Me nyama abozi fading.
That's get to out.
Anyway, tamale somewhere.
Okay. Just go ahead.
But we have the video. Now, sabin prejasa. Kakra mu bedienti. In opposition, you are taking bribe. In opposition, you are taking bribe. You are in parliament. Government is taking care of you. Your constituents is hoping, sir, said your poker, you hold checks and balances. For the sake of MPP before cried almost in Ethiopia. Then you are taking 2,000 Ghana bribe. A whole NDC MP. That's a way by Muauti. That's the $50 million a month. Say koye interchange. Unko blow to figure.
You see. I
want to arrest my case. But on a more friendly note, also you are my good friend.
Education kakana me family say. Na Bruno kasa na nyesa menka na 1 year MP so oya MP na onye minister first no kwa na omoji 15,000 ena na minister there 20,000 na 20 it is how be minister emra na ma kwan say because say portfolio asesa no uchusu baako opa intimate me chusu say we cause waji MPC kano but naturally nipa be na
na MPP before na chusu ba
nipa be na nipa be na oje 15 na and the 5 account with your new position obaga so
no for that onye about
me ba na me so me it is shine say when your portfolio changes your salary changes but it's the onus is on you so because meji MPC kano ana meji ba ko ntina tama mahama ho no ebimu MPs omukoje no MPs and then they were appointed as ministers. Instead sen kombeji pay ni baako no because oji MPC ka oji free parliamentary hono and oji minister oji free ministries and nunti na ma omutumi den eji scan tu a no oji ha no asanji ha what I say no double salary no ekoba nti hono na mpesa me correct say emra no sesesa obetimi agide open na betimi agide peso
me no yadwe
my name is question me
no yadwe
sir who about everybody the person who said Ghana when we are parliamentary when they are voting is it a split majority or is it a two-thirds majority?
No, with regards to Ghana they need two-thirds, you need two-thirds
but a split majority,
a straight majority.
One grab the enemy
but and she say to say about a cartoon if you are there send these ministers now omuye de say Akufo-Addo aban so no say 136 ni nyina to ma no say yempene and MPP for 136 ni na to ma yes na pepe cause apai tire anka emra ne say na kyerɛ sɛ ministers na yɛn gye ɔmo ntu
na formula deɛ ne formula deɛ ne oni obi
no those present yɛ de adwuma o ɛnyɛ sɛ obi a 137 137
pass
137 138 right
yeah 137 pass independent but
independent so MPP ni
MPP
yeah nti ɔmo anom house of presently no ɛno ne yɛde kan 136 nti ɔmo no na ɛto aba no nti na make say na NDC for what chance say dede na ɔmo ayɛ about Kufado Fifi Kwete calling the Kufado arrogant just last week. Why arrogant? You can't smell tea na abai so ni ade. Asem na ɔmo kasa abai no so no. Yen nyina gitum sa abai no so. That's why I totally disagree with Paul Bosuo say kasa me blame MPP MPs. Ɔmo na ɛyɛ ade no. Ɔmo de yɛsɛ de otwa sa onim sɛ na chia den. Achia. Ɔmo de in line with ɔmo go. You see. And one correction person me yen say Bruno ka say no me dey count na me Bruno say who appoint ministers any extra cost. That is not true. That is very untrue. In fact, who appoint one minister, the cost on the minister no goes up than the person one thing can say your man full bungalow. Yeah, your cars increase, your fleet of cars.
The constitution is allocating money for that.
OC. No, na car ni so ni into a enye petrol.
Also Mr. Day.
No, OC say you appoint MP sir. No, but any minister. It doesn't change anything.
No, we're talking about the salary, no. You see, I didn't talk about the car. No. We didn't talk about that. No. You see, man caught that level.
I thank God that Opo.
If you talk about cost, it's broader than the salary.
No, this is your fire.
You see,
I said
Buddha has been trained that.
When I talk about MPs in the salary, I was specific on the salary. I'm not saying say Obangalos Nina are the cost. But in any case, position be a president ebela constitution the constitution also underlines how the person must be funded. But I was specific with the salary. All the other with car and driver and bungalows, no. Yes, I agree. But me specify my argument.
But that one comes as an extra cost. That one does it come as extra cost?
I don't see.
Bango said that.
We will get there.
Kalu. We will get there. And then go ahead. Bruno, Obetran and foot on one. Me da nyame say. Even though Opo your MPP no how correct Bruno we say when you are an MP Ompacho Mamen Kasa
be say you know say obi ka they are now person you obi American obi political you was
but I'll be on record and I'm on record telling you say I know oppose an MPP and they are on record me ka on the chi make on and you know me I said it in front of people me go come with chi make already now let's set this straight me the nyame say Opo Bruno Trady aba ye hu say Bruno won trofo because when you are an MP Sefa to say Sefasia or your MP than the minister say he's going to get an official car he's going to get a bungalow he's going to get a security guard he's going to get a house help all those things are additional cost to the state so if them different you understand and as an MP no becoming a minister no you get paid more because you are performing two functions.
We were talking about
you understand now let's come to
let me say maybe can say they can bring the additional cost
no differences no we're not talking about pay them no
but in more of a crowd style maybe 50,000
number two exposure. Bruno say Bruno Kasantri say double salary. Let's put it on record. The current majority leader, okay, Chairman Bosuo is on record, has also and some of the MPs also took double salary. And to all your politics now, when you're saying it, say it fairly. That's number three. Or transfer say, and I cannot for NG salary. I am on this salary. But the money has a wet Skabaya Organa phone with going for road shows. Sikad, the company I Organa phone home. And Bruce say about the salary. So that's it. And he say I can't say well now. Don't try to play mischief and say well I can for on this salary.
The company has been okay.
And yet enterprise insurance. And yet the company solicit and become the brokerage when they are going for
roadshow
to take loan.
When you
understand?
So the more power, the same thing.
Look at this guy. It is not true.
Look at this guy.
They were part of the people. Yeah, data bank. It's not true. I am telling Bruno, say, you should not come and throw dust into the eyes of the listeners. Say, why you? Kerefata doesn't take salary. How much 54 million Ghana cedis within the 6 years? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Minister Bernard within these 6 years, Mr. Alberto 54 million Ghana cedis.
What you are saying is not
54 million Ghana. What are you talking about?
It's not true.
Don't come and sit here.
Foreigner does not take salary.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that he does not take salary.
One at a time.
Also, maybe counter the more problem.
I've admitted, sir.
No. You see the thing?
No,
maybe counter more problem.
I've admitted, sir. Can operator and salary. I've admitted that. But I am saying, sir. Even though the salary no, sika why kutu dubious we muka ntino twimu. Wafa kutu ase. Aye Ghana for hono is 54 million Ghana cedi. You understand? So you see, this MPP for you.
Where did you arrive from that? Where did you get that figure?
It is a public record.
Public record.
It is public record.
Kalusha, you can't allow
it
that.
It is a public record.
What he's saying is not true.
It is a public
record. What does not take salary. Period. I know there will be any, but there will be any.
IGB. I'm starting from Bruno.
Yes.
Kamara Harrison Akogana, 100 million security loan for or say other African, but Nayina Casa, my for target Nayina Casa visiting here LGBTQ for in this agenda. They say or say they may issue a human rights issue. And Obi Visitor, is it like is it going to impose LGBTQ or no?
Before can be said. O team for team wa overall kawa free hefa
Robert
o my Ghana mamu me anyije ye ho achinye nye ye ho se ye dede ho I will tell you today President Kufuor can assemble Osunyane Catholic Church now ye tama na oje national consensus about oko region bia also na President Kufuor ye regional tour ne time no during the first People's Assembly oko Osunyane na Dr. Asem Fufuro no be ye dede bi so mo primo new month to phone to so woman new month to 42 month fidie kwa upeche and the employment and new month a create or those areas and other things they are benefiting. My point is LGBT no any crime so what sorry be a call or tribe be a free mu entity be a wunya so which be a wasama obian to be impose or no how he think about something on some people. But one thing I know, say who vote to a president or a person into officer, you've accepted, say, whatever he want to do with that office, no, it has to go through parliament. Akufo don't cast say, or no Akufo don't know, worry say be on your vanity. But then, Obianu Wakasa Kamara Harris Baobano be bribed to accept. The MPP administration has made it clear. We are not against LGBT. We are not. And the money. But whether Ghana be implemented is a different story. The thing is, say, me menya against.
Wow.
Obisi so ni obema beda a right. As I took this is the advanced country on earth, United States of America, right? We are not saying the omoye na habiaye.
But do you think our moral values as compared to the LGBT?
Morality no. What someone. Tie, uko Methodist, uko Presby, uko Anglican, uko SDA, uko Jehovah. Now we see moral binti. Obi ade bia, hwe, eti satama na ye nyina no. Menua, wo ye Kristo ni na hu se kremoni kwa. Sabi, wadwen cry so no nko heaven da. Sana kremoni so hu Christian. Eti Nyankopon ma wiase no me metra nka se obi decision say opese obo na sum de dade hye ho opese oberema so obeware be ma me metra nka nchro say wrong. I don't have that right. I've decided to marry a family in the opposite side of my sex. So shall it be. Upon national decision enye me case. But over national interest we should dialogue. Me you out say. And then finally it should go to parliament for them to decide because constitution in him say you know different divergent views. Me you want to say
now why say president no ofi say obeka yi na one can be bia che Ghana baby sana obi akobi sana on carry na Kamala Harris we be do Ghana say kim and afi o yi ni pese o che say I support o say
oyi na nim ye den akufo ado ye den mo de ene no chemade ba ko ye
that's one of Canada and on
please
you see
don't go that line
brother Bruno.
John Mahama ko fa akwa ne say akwa be na John Mahama ko fa na o UK me all say
you see wrong is wrong
listen
and right is right.
Listen,
you understand me?
Hey,
it is very sad for you to be stating that MPP party stand.
Go ahead.
MPP supporting gayism.
I don't like this.
Hold on.
Okay.
But also, you can't come here and impose something on people.
But you said MPP is not against gayism. That's what you just stated on this show. And I'm disappointed to hear you.
Stop that! I'm on the floor. Stop it! I don't like that.
Oh please!
I don't like that.
Please.
Come on, Obikasa will say,
please.
Why are you doing that?
Please.
I mean, what you want to be accorded to you, do the same thing.
Oh, please. This kid, you cannot scare me with these things. You know I'm beyond that.
If you on the floor, I allow you.
Hold on.
Please.
Hold on.
Let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Yes. What's the name?
Sorry, Zolan Kano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan Young. So thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been proposed to the Parliament of Ghana, which has all kinds of ramifications, which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't been passed, so the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it's done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposed. The legislation was a legislation that is being provided as a private member's bill. This is not an official legislation of the government, but it is one that has been mooted by a handful of private members. So we will see what the final outcome of it. But my understanding from a recent discussion I had with the chairman of the committee, the substantial elements of the bill have already been modified as a result of the intervention of the Attorney General. We will see what the final outcome.
Okay. Okufuado, and I'm watching in Kano. Or the seminar to this, I don't know. Omenyam passing here in the Muse, or met my passing. And the Bruno,
Asama, say, and MPP party, and never catch will be say, and Koye AOB, to say moral right. Political party doesn't determine the person Paul is also should marry. And then the person upon national and army Frank Bruno is worry. Period. Number two, President say, Yamamu how mine. Say yet what to adwin any kabimami can be a democracy ya fan of Fapema Ukromuno. So no be adwin na no be nyadwin. Fako parliament meboa. Na parliamentarians ni gitumu a ebetima be yemra. Omo bogu susu a etimi me yemra. Enti we di adanse say aban no nka say o Ghana for say yaje LGBT ashamokon. But Akufo-Addo no ye individual ono so won life. What you say? Ono ne party chairman of MPP won life. NDC for so on lifestyle. The fact is that Uncle Parliament in Chester Akufo-Addo Jira Hono, only either A or B, and I me Frank Bruno, me so me nim de madwe ye me but yen can on record say abaye was the government of the day and no pass mra bi say again utie oman no agye atum so officially ye practice say mra because once you go through the parliament no then the other subsequent amendments no come through ye ni bibia sa but so ye Ghana ni na person practices ha de no a mra bia so ntia wo Ghana say at least initial bonten so de ababa otirim Ghana ni this year be free say office or ye berima no hia no yonko berima ana wo ye obia no hia no yonko obia no se opeso ni nipa kro tu ana mo ya aware kwan so a as much as yentimi ma certificate because ye nyamra e wo ho no Ghana ni this year bia so ni wo so obetima threaten your life. What you say? Constitution does not say so obi person yes ade no na hu na che no anasa kwa ni bibi no it yan come into this for trim say as long as you don't believe or you don't think it's a good thing no only to me be say obi person oye bia utie okobok okoyi shakutupa kobok dumping frank force yan kobuninku no it is happening in some countries but let me tell you this government MPP government we know will never sit down for that thing to happen in Ghana. In any case, so who are concerned, that's how we know parliamentarians in it. As the history shows that the NDC MPs take bribe and therefore they don't vote what the party want to know. It's your concern to change your members in parliament. So if you members in parliament don't even change you forever, keep quiet. Because we are the parliament. And the record shows that when they see little brown envelopes, they start panicking. And we are also taking this case to it's already in the domain of Eco Parliament. It is a what Hanomufi say Masodia, please hold your fire. Because as far as I know your MPs, they are going to help the thing to be passed. And when it passed, and I'm warning you again, NDC for no. If you dare threaten anybody under the LGBTQ community, the law of the republic will deal with you and deal with you drastically.
But what can say the person criminalize LGBTQ and the coin and say pass it there. Let's say Ghana want to practice you. That is the essence of sending the bill into the parliament.
Of course, it's all borders on parliament. It's a parliament. Well, no, and president can microphone or mode kono or my dream upon the okayan. And then your decision. But then the parliamentarians have to decide. And as far as we know the record, no, the NDC parliamentarians always go opposite to their party. And to their politics also can hay no. Microphone or parliament no sakwe onim de okeka. What I say, but yeah, MPP there, we are not saying say, Oto be a chinchina for Hokosha LGBTQ community. But the air can say so be was at to be a numua. Onya mambo for, onya nipa boni, oya omai bapa, as long as omum raso. Young more muhu by to say obi or worry. No momono, and crofobia will be a sea or muboku tupa. Oko other countries are Uganda, normally other places. You saw your beer, nancrophobia, achiaba. Bekum yasra NDC for sasa huriya ke kasam no mutirima woman nso ba bi ewo. In any case, if you have a problem, call your parliamentarians and advise them the way you want them to vote. So when you omu ni se so mbeje bribe so a so when you MPC ni so mbeje bribe so a na so omu ntie wasem so a mo primary sir, vote them out and bring people like Paul Bosuo who think say or be a member of LGBTQ he should be killed or he should be stoned. Thank you.
Okay, Paul
Kalu. Won't say. I mean, won't say Bruno. Me catch so debut two for to go nipa ninu. And I also not ending. Let's state that Bruno Casano or say MPP is not against Sa Adena Yekan was LGBT. I don't even to know the name. Look, Ghana have three religious belief: Christianity religion, Islamic, and then traditional belief. All these three religious belief frown on this. And Nyamia Chuade, is that how you say it? Nyamia Chuade. So what I say. Yeah. And also, it's on record. Say, President Kufuor Akasetia, President Mills Akasetia, John Mahama Akasetia. This is the only president Yebisa no say is bound to happen. And it's bound to happen. No? It is happening right under his nose. And I am disappointed in Nanado and Dr. Baumia and Bruno and his government for Bruno making it on record today. Mustafonia and Bruno say MPP4 is not against LGBT plus kill debe. So what I say, can you let me talk? Bruno, can you let me talk?
The back off.
Bruno, can you let me talk?
The back off. What you
You see,
Bruno, back off.
You see,
when they see the brown envelope in Parliament, they are moving here and there.
You see,
that's not me.
You see, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the Bruno has made it clear to us, and Bruno agreed with the president. So it is bound to happen.
300%.
You understand? It's shameful for the MPP. The same Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo all two Futoku Ghana Foni say he's going to build a cathedral for the people of Ghana. I am sinking 300 million Ghana cedi into just foundational for the same person to be saying say. I mean, legislative behind taking effect. Now, even if it comes to now Omutiema, he's going to veto it. Onube veto. If whatever Parliament takes Omutiema, Onube using the power of veto. It is so disappointing. Now, Ghana for Omutiemi, Munim say Bruno and the MPP. According to Bruno, no MPP for no omuni be biawa about this LGBT. No, it is so sad. I am stated on record say in Christianity, Islamic and traditional religion, no, we are all against it, and the NDC as a party, we are against this thing. It is not a right thing to do. What is the meaning of that? Bible now. Bruno, meaning na yejidi. Me say Bruno, meaning na oye Methodist ni. Okay. You see, it's unfortunate. Say President Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, which I said they be out to Ghana for him. So I say, for him to say that it's bound to happen, no, he's confirming and I'm so disappointed. Do you know why? His handlers should have not said this question was going to come up, and they should have prepared him. Or static as an say no legislative have been passed already, not anyone. But he went further to say even at all, no. Only chairman of the committee Nakasa, and he has asked his attorney general, okay, to do some amendment in it and all those stuff. He was talking to affirm. Exactly. He was talking to affirm, say, almost supporting the Baba Ghana because of what? Because of what? 100 million Ghana cedis supporting security. This is $100 million to support security. Aid in Ghana. That is why the Nanado Dankwa should be giving Ghana as a Christian Islamic traditional country. Say, yebe participate at Chuade. It's so sad. So sad. And if you actually find him say, Bruno, Nina Nado say, LGBT kill no MPP for no almost support it omuntia
and George Jata Sam George,
yes,
no almost criminalize the bill, no, that was the essence. And to do me again say if the thing pass out, do you have to criminalize LGBT?
Look, criminalizing it, I mean, it's right in order because at the end you actually there it's saying your team such as here me I no baby me ejuma no minimum ebebe ejuma, but I know my limit ebe ejuma me no be, but I've that no minimum onya madam for onya because nyame achiwade nyame se man enyesa nyame abo be ma ne oba se me the obema ne oba abom se munye ebusuan one case obema ne obema nda ana oba ne obanda so ati ase. So for Bruno to be supporting this thing, no, and I'm catch us as much as we are doing politics, no, as much as we are supporting or doing politics, no, maybe one man we should kick against it. If our party has taken a decision against it, no, we should kick it. Just like I have condemned our members of parliament, no, I was expecting Bruno to condemn the president and his party for supporting this unacceptable and uncultured, act in our beloved country Ghana.
Okay.
Kaluma me fa point back before ansana e be focus now. I one thing is LGBTQI no. My MIT for nti say Emrana eba no first time no your constitution e wo. Bruno was saying that there are laws are ye na chwa you do etimi do ko jail 3 years. Up to 3 years. But the attorney said there is a debate about natural canal. A lawyer for no idea clear. What is natural canal? Natural, but Titiona first now those were the languages ni jargons. I know you say as a natural on natural canal near baby answer say Bema and Efano and American, yeah. Until oh no, a constitution. I'm running on Taka. I'll read. Once I may be here, I'll read it all.
The NDC members in parliament don't even think the way you guys are talking.
What I say, Inti Kalusha. One, Emma, tier for say Ghana constitution no, it is stated in there, but I am a little ambiguous when it comes to say unnatural canal no. I want a lawyer for be a debate around. Emrana omo ye no yemra no omo ye dia ma no aye more clear and specific. Enunti enye say bi no number 1 e bi ho dada illegal in Ghana. Ntina nansen me ba nya wona mkasa ma. Ntina nansen say we ha amanfo koyege ni ade ane achi omo. Even last week na obi ye nkofo bi ye we do mo ko chi omo bu omo say ho ne nyina. It is unacceptable, but I want us to establish that one illegal, na two na Bruno ka say enye political party and e be ka say obi nware oba ana obi nware bema. So udi nipa so a the nipa no pen na wo ye ma omo, because we elect you there as our
ministers
also be council also
it doesn't make sense to me obo you can't see a ministers also ompene na dey go pick and choose
me say anya pick and choose
the
same thing ministers na moye bebre no nipa mfo aso
anka MPs na dia tum
na nya bia dey complaining
same and all the doesn't matter because MPs na represent o ma dia tum
Bruno. The fact is adena wo betina ha no wo say envelope na wo di ma omo. If you think what you are doing, no, say ni pape MPs ne for us. Why did you give them envelopes? Point number 1. Oh, and point number 2. That is why the whole Ghana is disappointed in the NDC.
That's right.
It's no, for us, but 2 men now. Right now, no saying come on a bed day. Everything stop us idea no money. What I say. Until what I'm saying is president, even or personal, just a Bruno can personal we are, and your personal we now did in the paso. A basse who did the paso can do nipa no pe, and now we yama omo. Come here. We say just like you say, a higher civilized. Initially, there were big your friend is saying against for the move. Texas, as I speak with you, almost Supreme Court pass Massachusetts governor catch him say more because near Texas in the other state almost still fanya juma. And Massachusetts governor say say empere mamu wari o ha mo de momra haye de be den ye bejimo no say you can state almost start to practice legalize lesbian. Massachusetts number 1 Charlie new one now. No, this one we call the same under Charlie Baker. No, my many young man, I couldn't know under Charlie. Yeah, and they say no, fancy. It's the American say. And your politician, and
parliament,
and another last one, and it's a Yamati phone say, Ghana, your private members bill, and it's initiated by you, not the amount of MP, not the court. Near debate and a official bill from the government. Intina Nanado no person chirimo say we nye bella. He was trying to please Kamala Harris. And also can kusi say Semrano Bewia. Oh, yes, I naturally say who say a people's private bill. Now say I to me near the banana sanka say it will come to me. Not just idea I say who see who can say the Nipano craft the Munina Jatum say young penal so sign because when the bill is passed. Oh, a quiet act, then Parliament. Oh, so a quiet act. Near passing to bill, then the president signs it, it becomes a law. Until you bet me the bill bet me for Parliament. I could that president proso for 10 years. One sign and your law. So today coming now, today coming now, where LGBTQ laws now it goes back definition point in the president. Say Nana Dukas and Meme Breso main sign. Entiminye law. Entina man nipa bebre na utie news na most people were disappointed say ye na udi so ye see mpe president na na wo do principles in school uko UK and na dey America for deal ye Ghana for so what I say oh no Bruno is a person no on the personal views no I don't think he's speaking for the party if he's speaking for the party there then fine because MPs ni na bebre say a bill no MPs be ka ho enye NDC for nkwa MP okay. So I feel say no.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Madam. I so ma omo first come impose omo values man. Enye bibia na ye man. And na anka they are not Bruno Canon. Men I wouldn't be disappointed in Nanado if Nanado wasn't a Christian and who himself is saying I'm building a national cathedral for God. If honor God who honor God now who honor no say we machiwade now you are doing it for it's contradiction
Yakopon so obi di opeso ye mema ne nye NDC MPC kwaje bribe tuti o me Yakopon ayo mbibi
oh prove some much bribe
Ebusa for better was sipa afi edu etf so mona program ni amodia wotumi from Ghana plus 508-304-9394 plus 508-304-9394 who starts with 508-304-9394 pacho line CDD so ni Ibrahim na bako first efu aba sister Fia efu aba Ojam Buama ana Kwaku Buadi ana Olumai amana mudi su Dauda Ibrahim otemenka
Malicho mamicha wa America samere de minise tu abo Ghana de siku me kobo na mincha opponents na mincha omo America nyina mini na oni ya NPP community onu mechia no NPP ni na fra Bruno meboa anya na mo fra
Bruno wa
nyame emfani boni chano nyame emfani boni chano onim se sa ge no nyame kire nyame obo no Bruno no onim se nyame ekiri ge ana onim ese sera ngomra se ukai utisa my amai no sai no so utie manu bimo kata hanu onim se sa no ge manya ni butu kono ay nyama bufu so utie
Cosmetio
oh tie me so na nyame butu no onim se nyame bufu kono emnam be ma be ma
so de ngomo ya so de ngomo ya
o se obi ai o so no obi right uni so obi right be ki maku obi se afọ nwo Ghana uni ka ni sa woni obi right be ki maku won ana uni aguro mi na muji no aguro na nu mutu ono muji no Ghana ha mi do nyame se mudi ba jihad be si ha be se akira na yemu mi do nyame mudi ba ha ye karmo fo ye hu ke beto jihad mi do nyame abi be kampani ka tiro no no mun je mun ma mun strike bro adintina mun pa yin story it going to happen how many happen here dey how many happen what am I going to show why say them si bufu no so nyima
okay bye that's it my sister Fia Manenko.
Yo, opo me ma ju.
Where Kalusha di o?
Ah, Kalusha.
Yes.
Ana de ona tina dwam.
Well, me na me tell you hot seat today so.
Yo, me bo abaso pa me tia NDC ni no. Ana my ba ko no kan Mr. Wilson, on na ba ya na say di ba for.
The way for the so NDC ni on na ba. E ti won uchi ari kitwe bia na kese.
Ah. Metia omunyi. Ana de metia omunyi na. Ha. Na me bo bia so aba so ana de show so aye den papa. Ba me asema me ba kan me chira maden. Enti mo bia ntwe me ko ho se bia me yes akofo di bia me ka ho fra menso. Asema na na do kan aye no. Enye ne bone so a. Papa no chire o pa chire se o di mra na eye adwuma. Ma me ni ka sa asem no. Ase asema na do kan aye ni se what they were bibia the amount parliamentarians or partners and running day, Omudi Brasso. So, what you dia fine. Oma kwa so because Ghana have parliamentarians in Inako, be a Tia Sabian. Tinana don't know where say Nadia Sadi will bet me about the Pialada. It's Ghana for my own come and quiet to say. So far as ya, one kind of boom, and I want kind of one is a medium chili, and answer me or your uncle, or your companion, one betting at the kitty Ghana Bunina. Emo more the mamma dia. That's a one more papa for one over to go. Only a Sembiaka or Ananado, I know fancy money. Kalusha Missel said, Michia, you're the future president, the incoming president, about 2025. Michia will be there. That's
okay, Madam Sister, if you are not hotel and kind of fear prem, court, Ojambama. Ojambo ama maniko what me come maniko
Bema ba mamenchia onu abeja tuni na Bruno mamenchia Bruno amachi tuni amachi kuso Mr. Basu da authority first ana fe kontonchi chairman sumenchia omona omojuma orese so bibia nko omojuma no so senior stand for more issue for my Bruno Marito me no ma every before mo work no e ma ta kan sa da na wo kasa mi to nyo nya fo ala ko je tuma cha sa ma ba no so mese pa no bi sa se mo ba mu che ana ye pipi ni bi e so ye bo da apia a chiwa bi e bo mai e lu kwa si so o ma be ni e si ju e transfer mesa cathedral no ni ga na fu nya na ye gini ho e fi na ko no so bi ya di ya se ra bi mu nya e wo mani enyo oye na se mo mo ni factory chatano wa mia me people assembly e mo asha Ghana de no o kotsamo na phone bi won sam esi suzi enye sentima no ye do mo ni to kofu ye de time ki se on ha free no nyari bi oni amaje so time ki ade na we ngwa de ti busama oni ye ba be gino ho asa me no de me papa on sam no ti me sere na e ye stress me be Lutina mimma with a means of songs and forces. Missing a sack of Jassa with them with that. Mimma in that say. None of those have to say, if you tell me Ulma was my pencil, and Ulma one pencil, who down to me the pronouncing, your bare referendum on Sama, I be beer. Yapapani don't do Mara Center. When you boon, with us, the
That's it. Until I won't pay one smile, open new phone. Nana Ojam Beman now, what's in Kano. Young call a Kwaku Body, a Kwaku Body. Patriotic voice, Yanko Eric, Yanko.
Many Carissa, Mamma and Show and you marry. Ufunetna, any Tajo Manichu baby will be a Chiamana, and when you are no more, Mamentia or Monster, Mechia or more. Now, main fancy more than Pama, you are Alanco Dutra Martin, the next president, our grassroots in our say Cano. And you are Cocuncans and also Thomas out of the Yano. Minia, make come as Samson. Yama Ghana food in Yancy, as I say. A young Minia, Kalu, and for almost to dow. Your whatever I am, your mouth finds so many and for more yet. Ghana. Uko numuia ana uko tonwe ni echiwa Ghana emretia enso nkofoton ade wosi enyina ehu ni se Ghana ha me mfa me baba se be ma bi ne yonko ba nware no na me nkofo mi ni aba ma se ne yonko be ma nya den enware no saade na nkoso se na na do otumi obetumi akasa an me ma saade wo ma bi ko banko yi ministers na nkomo ye adwuma ko yi ministers na nkomo ye adwuma fi amfa nko parliament ama Oman Kotua Bama DC for a citizen Katiamu Sumo. And no wadi Kadiama Parliament. So, Munquani and Shembranto so. Ye choose so we be a dear William Pano, ye choose so William Pano. And on the what say, yes, Union DC for and another or Capra at the back of Parliament, a quack of Shaumbra. Pentimaya yam prayer who can be said. I said, Sadian, he didn't call so Ghana had a Kosua for 4 years. Emma, yem pese be kan okra ye pese yem NDC for my room ye papa John Dramani Mahama ke penyi pa na ne yonko no wona na baga na o be lati my first school dita book no nye sa kwa na be ye chairman ma no enti yem ma ye NDC wi ho minia Ghana fu nyina ye nya MPP ma we shemu fi se na na do dan kwa akufu ado no eni ye MPC na wo parliament wo no enya de sa akoto wo mani mu wo be kataso mu aso wo makwa akoye e de ade body dia ye de aba be so ye kon enti Ghana fu nyina ye be srese ye nyina enya yewura alankwa di kire matin ni gigi na police station executive ni nyina se de ya bo etirimu po no e bere so a ye mfa yewura na mra no mra me fa ye bi briki de enti ni fi se opanyi no ye de nsi bijuma se ne nsa no kwan fa so ye no ekabi inti yenfa no mesi abanya no so no a emetoto na yemabunu no yenya adwuma no biye nenia me ko ima mfansi ana mentia oluma no ma mo so ba no da ase
Kwaku Body Patriotic Voice bechem oluma ona do so man kwa olu man ko oluma Olma ultimate car man nko.
Kalisha bete won ka boko de.
Boko Olma. Now so ya te ka che. O voice na de uko
me too quite kakra. I think the last Friday na me be call me free program me gina so ama. The credit stand na ka me mama we say from Monday ko mo antum nka na da masia me na chi kakra. Then so and man sa download one sam fair back. Nti na me adom na ka me che bat maba. Akwaba. Yeah, Jamaica Guadi Crashia Sunday, near my appointed for original executive, my brave original circus council. The Mamentia and Amentia will be Mr. Dansol than auto repair. Sansona, Chama 1, Tamakojago, this also, and Mati Bruno Sonka, the chairman, I will be opponents now. I mean, so down whole studio, Mamentiano. Kalisha, yeah. No question say minia Guadi Casa say NDC for na NDC for na petition na omodo call parliament no na nya NDC for nkwa na de koyo na MPP form you no account me no for jambo amabaya o ka say what yam farmer nya 720 na member MPP ni ye say yen kan okura kufu adu nye bold no kan okura say ade we nya ade a o ma na so Enchebia Obama besino kwa Kenya, any Kenya mampenyi kushia Kenyatta. Obama say Kenya no free. Kenyatta ye board country Obama says so mu hono mu so tani amareswa. Ye kuroma Kenya de yanso so. President ya Kenyatta free wa abedi akunyai. Waka the same thing. Robert Mugabe ye board e kan no kwachira ablofo no. Excellency John Adekunku for eka eye board eka atamos ka say yammaebosia kwa mo mmaye na nya de beje tumchina ata mahama so eka the same thing ade ne du na akufo adon kwa so a ontini nye board e ma Ghana for Christopher nyankramofo mu say na o man aye man penyi ye number 1 gentleman na adi na ne na yini. So because of the Aqua Parliament won't carry another time and na Ghana Mrana Kazantia get away. I don't see Africa. Now Abrofamia dear to Mr. Polygamy a cram. Polygamy and so it more America Muntin worry too. Never yet the Yantin worry to never Bessinane or Ban or Bada Bemana Bamada. Abrofon say Indian into a near democracy. No, Mr. Berman offense or Berman warren by me the democracy. And the service, why give you the 1 hour by Gimba? That's somewhere near the end of the far. Send Uncle for Berman or Bob Bakaya. Say no Montina Antina. Near $1 per 1 year. No more bluff, Mr. Anadiana, Uko Bible quotation, be any Bible, a cassette, our emu. Our emu, once you say a crown, our Bible. No more bluff, Mr. Anadiana, my idea to say Nampa. Etigana akwa Kristo ni mpeso be wari tu. Omo mosu ade akwa ite omo wari tu. Na brofo se dabi ge ne de ye yenjintum etomo de ye nhya de amaye omo mpanyi bi obenya akwanya bagana abia no e ka ho asem. Se na jo mama adamfu ye ge ya se obi ye ge ya na nchese nse so fa na adamfo. Se wadanfo no nchese wa asepti se ba ma ama gitu ase akashi Ghana fu ya sinyina se ge ne yenyintum na nyintum tra. Edi se na adamfu ye ge de se de nkare. Edi yenja sansam meka. Nancy president we saw since our Australian president also obesira Kufuado it wonu so ye gay na we so ye gay wa ware bema it obesira Kufuado ne treta na nado e gay ana nado dige to ba wonya bold won kasa samampani se yanso so so because Ghana Christopher ne twan dia Kufuado beka eno na wontini kan ye minority MPs no na me adema ochena ye beka mo asem Kalusha me da say
Ulma full style. I was sharing out tin and say or then Nando December no. Odishaba na ebosu. Maninko Odishaba.
Hey. Adafo kansa chawe guru na mato to say.
Odishaba who you now say?
Beneza do look at the free MPP national headquarters. Mabedu Aberenpe the next president he can't pay office. Or in Odishaba ni to make us free.
Okay, Banako.
We first the PSC Emma Ifewo na million Emma Samuel Kudi million na quarter. Na say yenyu Bema be o to a year another prayer. Ya wouldn't concern me what in also call the post. ebe chen sem people no on post sem nti America Massachusetts for na mon frefie na mon kancha na press on problem packet they say CEO Landry Sion effort on e de na kwam na kutu another prayer na ni to so no so ya mission ninia ya ka America ne say adia babu ni e si ya radi sick no o se krono e me krono anye ye bio sadia no yempan yamusiam obicho se amwo ya di enti na okotokoto kro omunya kotokro to na amwo anya anyale ni musikanti ene mazamisi na gold wọ́n ṣe sika no so wọ́n na mo di pa de mo fo musika se mi na ka ye no eni ti ọmọ yo nya mmesia ye nya oil ọmọ yo nya ko asu obi da ya obedu ọmọ ye ni na wọ́n di 1F na mo ni se sa de wo se sabofu da ye na o di sika ba ye bukata sa japade no nya me de mo ye na no je nya ma ko de tsamaten ba obebe Eruntino, Yabaso Mampanini, na Adia, a Yemensu Mucha. No, come a Sebajoy, Yabika, come a seven, Bajamuka Samra, the capsule, the Vincent Muni, Sir Parliamentary for me, Babu, Empire, my microphone, the Shire. See the new, let's say, Manco, come a Sebacum, Omuko, Pierre, and Blue, where you also Roma decided not to. Again, let's see what I say. Young tongue almost had you know, and come myself because I come myself more, Sikara good pass, a good Christian. I would be the small story. I mean, can't pass it again over here. Some good okay, what kind of a crocodile tears, and your crocodile tears. Well, we never just can't correct campaign because on the set of the film, the and when I say a week, yeah, so the comments of them. Now, Mexico, Yamama, Domahama. Oh, who come at them? No, I'm not to say. I'm going to Ghana, yes, I was a being that. Set opposition, it's not the parliament. Because young coffee, which one you're doing, now to the one for a month, and I saw the interview by and you're voting out. Now, because it's a material, my dear, what you and Yama on an umpire. Ever said, when I met some with Chifu Nasa, we now won't come up here. Then you have a promo to me, dear Kofaya, Montanito, that's informal telling me, sir. Also, Mamma Twasso, send it there or Manga because and people who are brand new or buying TV or man with me at the party. Now, you know, I can't send it. Or you could form and feel what say. But Oman Kranimo, we know the Oman Sabbath. It's more than fear now, pet. Now, people here, correct something, numerally, as do so, you're quite done, we don't know, so what can it here? Yet, now, because of my car, yet, Papa, then do. Now, what will do? It has to catch it. Or maybe 3,000 miles, now, some of them, or this one constituency, it's me take over 90,000. Then what's of the everybody, you policies are reaching more. Get it over. Quite some of them in the media. The Chaba New York, yes. Also, New York.
Oh, he man, Nana Bosuo, that's in the canon. Sakara, what you mean, car, on a so if you are not Coco de Pocuso, now, what's that number 2874 on our Odiso? It is Sakara, what you mean, come on and go.
Nina Lusa, Sankara, and Adenta.
I don't have what to say. I don't have what to say.
Can we so Mamencha you are an condition machine? The incoming president, the thing Papa about share MPP, say, over plenty abon, I had to abano, over plenty the whole country, or the Musika, Ako, Nansan and the Papa or Chile or Shaba would so. Or Shabo, I can't say, one is one country, or buy and pack or you say, I am never one is one country, a good Duma, what, Papa, I teaching Numa. I'm not going to move in the now. I see a man who I know Mura. It's answered you are also very cry and unity. It's one more amazing come on, not in fact, you go in your money.
For me comment some and this is what is so much in Tiafi. I never let you be anywhere Nanado on 15 minutes for. And now, like I said, million Mutu. Argentina. NDC MPs, no, among us, Gasha, the thing, get the company won't come and not your own can was and no, any of your manu. It's a misuse and can know any other was some come was sympathy. NDC, about Cotiano, maybe the Yamaka, and you see a look at young Cotiano. Many of these Cotiano. I see a look at your fast who can be a chairman. And yet, somewhere you can say, I can one cast out chairman. We are second to it, no company, young crash, and I'm also, and then you talk about the Mao. You talk about one of those who was the Robert Chairman, who flew on the Parliament. Meanwhile, now we need to make them the Kaka appointment here, the Ma, how a country, Kodo Ponkuma, and Osakutuno, Omo Place on Oma Yadi, Omo Mona rights. This is a Mobile Yansita, and buy a sort of my sitting here, or buy an or Parliament. Muntakani, no, sorry, ya, so she is young. Tanya Yadi, and it was here and do Muntakani Runa. So, what I somewhere as I change this notion, Ewana, MPs no go on about when she said, I did the Wadi, Yan Peneso institutional decision, a setting a just and obey it. And she can use a sample for Nina, a young woman, and then almost already because young Kotuma at the force in no 2,000 financial Bruno Fuso, and Macasa made me buy, my young, and near my echoes of Parliament. No one can say, the MPP proving so I am so Bambia and come a speaker. So I say, it's for a woman kids. And about, homosexuality, Minia, Nana will say, I'm Parliament. I didn't see the young country parliamentarian say, no money had you to me. Send the buyer one, you don't have the shati, and another so then it's about the shati. If you didn't see a month of every woman and I'll do every woman, Bremuno. And run a best parliament number and sign a president in the Sassia. And the parliamentarians in the moment also a book with this war. Niana Nado. You go to Parliament Yabano and another, and then Sabe. If you another, you immediately says I didn't know the officers. Because why not you say, we see a Sunday at the senior book for you. They will pocket to Mammy Floor. Another on prayer, I am a of a so called push. The another on prayer. And so much good sitting and Yadia. Some about 2012 on Impen Public said, Washington Pardon, former MP and the best idea and winning it. It's more than I just on post. Now, say, yeah, I say, for Siam, as on the Ghana Legal Authority, Chief Executive, Papa Juma Opono, or Bahono, and Sister or Yaba Ghana Lamino. And you can, since you are only me pass, I'm a woman, and so much of Yano, and some more not to do, and when I'm put to ya, and you know, I'll say a Twabano. Edima, you raise young. Medasi who wins in Russell. Medasi.
Okay, Medasi. Sankara hotel in Kano. Kojo poku. Yama ko Ghana. Ema manako.
And I'm so open and some I was Ghana and some of them more young, they more there. Unity radio, and go for Uncle Swankamu. No mama wadina dale da mutu meta unity radio na mama yanti Ghana je kosunyina baby bia opo na bia tinkalu ya na odin cha odi ni komfort o mo che ni pa ta nso na opo no agaga no fa se a o mfa na najiba no si komfort o mo che ni pa enu na mo de nkare ma me na enu am ko di baby ka kan tina ntimi amanti na de but the for unity radio is the komfort o mo che na najiba ye pa tinkalu yes papa ono aboko baby a o di ametia no na emza na nka ono so oya mama di no ya okaka enye say ya o say e bia ne bone kwa so ya to ya no ya me bi pese me budan say ya papa abandon oye NDC ni NPP for ni endorse nje NDC for enje ya den na ono na me question na me budan say ya den na ya papa babel etimi wi ni ye oye NPP for na kwato abanu ma e ma babel etiza o ma panyin ti me minister ni na say NDC for na wu say oh minister so de omo Ghana punto e be ko so a enti ne boni a o ma ye ne de yi amu so ya mu muri amu di kuza mu charge so makoto because of NPP for 90s for akoto abamo enti that the so is NPP for akoto abama babina Ghana de na di beba be so ya papa no ye nyina ye ni pa ba ko ye mega ba ko enti say bi ko so na MPs no NDC MPs na hu say wo de be bua Ghana enti anya ni ni so ma ye bone Nina ya mambo ni ebu ami ya joko ya Ghana ya bapa ntoma pa efra kele ba ya Ghana betumpo ndi ya papa po honorable for yes na we the NDC for the yan born kwazo because you see they say mo adwene wo say mo mo ko parliament ni bi mo mo ko parliament museum na den mo say they analyze our NDC for mo na MPs mo no mo ani ni ye enti abasa no mo fanto ana me papa ni no so ba bi o bi ametia no na na be papa ni no me penazam pa so NPP ni na so na die ne kasa bi on manya mienu ni kroni emta enkaye because on ka say yen this again another say gi tuma wo ne the only problem now be say Ghana no ye ko say because again say me aba ye ne aba gen one ma wajatum e di ka say Ghana ni obi yes again ni bia wo de nka oni ni problem e no ye kaduma min ka be fine no de no kwa nemom no Ghana no ye friends o ma konkro bia ye asumdie bia ke ti ye ko ne say this again we tum na ye say ye say ra be cathedral edi saa omni kan sky ya DDC edi ya kwadi za ngofo ni kan bi ya kan wo dia kwadi cathedral na manyankopon ana e ba sa dia ni ye ni nyankopon ya ni ye because ye ya piece of for everything you say so that nyankopon je monyam ni ya kwadi ya nyankopon peba ni ya di omni kan council so that na bi enza nyankopon ni bu be fo ma konkuru da na ye pa e ba sa ya da kwadi ya wo nyina na e bia no wa dia free kingalumi ko enza ya papa honorable Bosuo na yantasam de nyankopon onfa ne kai sie Ghana fo nyina yie kan so na yekuba wo fo nyina yie nti e besa kuma wo man o mo nsa na de nyame na de ma ono anso na de ene tia e be nya obi amra ba de si Bosuo na okuma wo man no etompo me nya salu mo ne nyame nya aduma.
Okay, kojo poku ma na da se mpacho who start number no 2874 no on da do su bacho man nko ba ma why pacho why
Opo good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Titi.
Yeah.
Titi Banako.
So, Opo, I just want to talk about this, what happened in Parliament the other time. The NDC parliamentarians who did that really did not do well. And this is the time for the leadership of the NDC to take a decision to show that the NDC party is completely different from MPP. Like the way some people say, oh, MPP and NDC are different. When it comes to corruption fighting, you should not be in government before you say you are going to start fighting corruption. If the leadership investigates the issue and they realize something like that, like corruption, like the way people are saying some of them have been bribed. Even when you use the word, oh, he's my friend, it's an influence because we are fighting to build the country. So you cannot say somebody is your friend and what is the national interest, you should put it aside. And because of friendship, you go and do what you are not supposed to do. They are the one who have been fighting Nana for appointing friends and family members into his government. Today, they see the poor performance of the Nana Akufo-Addo's government. So, if they should go and vote for somebody as a friend, because the person is my friend, you go and vote for him, and without considering the national interest. So the NDC leadership, they need to investigate this, and all those parliamentarians who took the decision to ignore the party's position, they need to make sure they punish them, remove them from their seat, make sure they are not voted to come back to parliament, and that should be clear to everybody that when the party take a decision, you need not to go against it because this is in national interest. But I don't, and also I want to add, why is MPP? MPP, that's what I always say. MPP is not a party that is interested in developing the country. They are self-centered individuals. They want to come and develop themselves. If you look at everything they do, they want to come and develop themselves, not to develop the country. So that is why you see all those MPP members who are calling. They are not even what NDC people are fighting. They are fighting for the national interest. I heard you also in the advocacy for that. that those Senado that appointees should not be allowed. But you see the MPP members who are calling, the country is not going, it's not moving in the right direction. But they cannot see it. They cannot see it because they are so parochial and they are self-centered. They are not, their interest is not in building the nation. Their interest is in the party being in power for their leaders to be rich. No matter how poor they are. Those who are calling, they are so poor, what to eat is a problem for them. But their interest is not in building the country. Their interest is in the party. So again, the NDC leadership, they should make sure they fix out those NDC parliamentarians and make sure they don't vote, they don't allow them to come back to power. But of course, they should also know that all any decision that they will take, NDC is going to sponsor all those parliamentarians in case they don't want them to come back to parliament. To stand as independent candidates in order for them to win those seats. That NDC must have that in their mind. But it should not, that shouldn't disturb them. Discipline must happen in the party and it should happen right away. I'll end here.
All right, thank you so much, Titi. Thank you so much for your contribution and submission. Thank you so much. Hannah, I did make any banana and mekono mamen call Facebook na man for commenter on my comment on Facebook. Remember, I'm to see Kojo Asempa Furniture West. So good afternoon to you, your listeners from Kojo Asempa Furniture West. Dum Kumasi, and also there or the by Blessed Sun, 2 p.m. Asante Mampong. Also happy belated birthday to Chairman Nana Kwesi Augustus, NDC Asante Regional Chairman. Nana, enjoy your day. 2 p.m. Asante Mampong. Also the same or the by no. Eric Kwaku Bwadi, patriotic voice, Bechem, regards to Honorable Alan Chematin, it's quite intriguing to compare NDC over 21 years regime to that of MPP, which is here to spend 16 years in government. NDC as a party has nothing better to offer Ghanaians again. Greetings to Mr. Kwaku Nkansa, aka Pani of Sechimentia, the next to lead MPP Tano South. MPP Tano South. On also Nsema or the Abanono. Isaac Mensa, hey, this also, what are you talking about? Please blame your NDC. Why? Hey, Isaac Mensa. Ojamboama, so watching you live in Obuase, Dr. Caesar. And Ojamboama say, my greetings goes to Chief Alan Chematin and Yamame Aliskar. I say, good afternoon, brothers. More fire burning both MPP and NDC. And yade Jumadenu Esie, na Kaitia for say, Omamosa saying, Median by Anochikrom restaurant, Asama Trading, Dan Auto Repairs, Prem Stores, Dr. Kwabi Sadif Care, Gold Coast Skating Service and Restaurant, Kumasi Market, Anochi Trading, Dream African Market, and Faith Marketplace. So you make way and that's why I say Emma Ede Anopa Bosuo Ede Bro, bidding Eddie King Kalusha, Miniminia Opo National, Mr. Jemfi, and Edith Media, Ote Paul Disoso, Secretary, NDC, Massachusetts, and Franco Bruno, Communication Director of MPP, Massachusetts. Ote Ominanka, say, Omodo Mandu the same, Beba. Call us some friend and Sebonsu, Olmai, Ibrahim, and say fear. Ojambema, Omakina, Mamofeina, Titi, Mina Damasi, say Mode Madrid share, about what media they call on kind. Yaku point out more channel per share, say, Ede Anopa Bosuo, Ede Bro, over few Mukamu, Robert Ma Commander Leza, say, Leza pray, little radio, Worcester, obey to me. Aba bibia to me akonkan echaka seso pankoba masadanso of that auto repairs eno mama kanyina ye checha mpa ene ewiwe and I did media ni be see be once again King Kalusha me na the metro hot seat ni mu your regular host Opo National Yakupon ya aduma o channel pa shine say ye de Anopa Bosuo e de bro ha na medi musie makra mo maba Yakupon ya aduma yo Anopa mama
the subject without changing the taste. That's good stuff.
Toda buena fiesta comienza con un buen outfit y tu próxima cita es con JCPenney, en donde encuentras de todo para cualquier ocasión, ya sea elegante o casual.